Right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful morning. It is July 2nd, 2026, and we have an interesting day ahead of us. I would say it was surprising. The jobs report surprised. It was surprising to the low side, but people took that positively as far as rate hike expectations, some of the pressure on Warsh. You didn't get too many headlines, even though Korea did not do that well. Our chips and some other momentum kind of held up. SPY doing good. Remember, most of the market was red yesterday, believe it or not. So you got a couple of gap ups in store. I am going to be taking off early today. I didn't know if I was even going to show up, but yeah, man, we're here. I missed you guys. And nobody does anything at 4 in the morning in California anyway. So, I might as well be where I love to be. But I think we're going to have some good opportunities. But I wouldn't, I reminded even the locked in guys, if I were you, I'd be very wise today. You just think about Thanksgiving. Do not get chopped up by computers. Do not give back gains. Do not make bad positions. Don't let this slowness hurt you. So again, we might just get a one-way direction, or maybe there's a little bit of volatility. We have an interesting day ahead of us. I would say it was surprising. Maybe we'll get some rebalance in some other industries. But yeah, like I'm saying, make today count. Otherwise, you really don't have to do much. I do think it is on autopilot, and then a lot of people have already taken off, or they're going to take off within the first hour. We got the data out of the way, and then as we return next week, really starting July, the seasonality, the earnings, this is what is going to set us all up. So, Chatadonia, I hope you're ready for it. I hope you're ready for a good day. I still feel like it's a good day, but my friends, before we begin, before we try to chase a dollar, before we try to enrich ourselves, we must pay homage to a very special group of people, one that has made a sacrifice that most of us never have and ever will. And I am talking about the veterans of the United States of America. So on behalf of the cult, the people here, the people not here, for real, man, America's 250, dog. You know that? I was getting real sentimental. This is my birthday. You know that July 4th is my birthday. That's my second birthday. They don't know about that, but for real, dog, this country's amazing. I can't believe it. All the opportunities. My parents came here because of said opportunities. I'm grateful to have even been born here. And like I said, man, I've always been fascinated with it since I was a kid. I've seen it in many, many times in my life. I've studied a lot of history. And bro, the veterans, the people who have served, man, the honor. Like I'm telling you, bro, I don't know if y'all support a war or not. I ain't trying to make you turn into a warmonger. I'm not even really down with it. But I'm telling you, bro, you could never take away the honor from somebody who has chosen to give up so much for their country and their fellow man without ever meeting them. So veterans, active service, past service, God bless all of you, man, for real, as we all celebrate our collective freedom, man. There is a special group of people that definitely went above and beyond. There's people who contributed to it and made an effort, man, and I do think it is the people that have served. So that's why, man, I hope y'all get a long term. I hope we can help in any way possible. I hope Wall Street is not too difficult for you. I will make sure it's not, but at the end of the day, bro, we love and appreciate you. Thank you, and I hope all of us have the wherewithal to actually use the freedom that so many people have given up so much for. So God bless the veterans. God bless the families as well. And big shout out to everybody else out there giving back to their local communities, all the doctors, nurses, teachers, firefighters, police officers, the janitors, the coaches, the garbage men, everybody making their communities run, baby. God bless you and thank you. But ladies and gentlemen, please rise up. Place your right hand over your heart. Say it with me. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, baby. Set the digits! Oh, it's game time, Chatadonia! Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Listen, bro. I'm telling you, on any other day, I would mean it a little less. But today, if you're going to make a bad move, just go back to bed. I promise you. No, today doesn't really count. Just go back to bed. If you're not ready for it, go back to bed, dude. That's all I'm telling. It's a gift. You have a gift today. Otherwise, I'll be watching Cyber, IGV, Zscaler, Workday, ACHC, just in case we get more healthcare rotation, and then Katos. That's one of those defense names with the contract. And then, yeah, just watch Microsoft, Mag7, all of those other names. And then maybe we'll see what some of the momentum does, because that is the big question a lot of people have here coming into July, is how does momentum perform? And momentum is different than Amazon, Netflix, Google, all of that. But 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Fight. And then, yeah, I think you would have had 7,000% if you held the Palantir. Woo! And then Nivda. So, yeah, what I'm also waiting for, too, is watch how chips play out in the morning here. Because, essentially, chips were down. Then the non-farms came in, and then we started ripping. And then some of the software stuff, they unwound a little bit. So keep that in mind. But yeah, like I'm saying, the first hour or so, we will see what opportunity we have. You know, brother? You know? Why they take away the bid, brother? What a time to be alive. All right. Cyber. Okay, let's take a look at some of these software names. They're all up. All right, where's Meta? And then NVIDIA's actually working up. And then Adobe got an upgrade. There's Palantir. And then Rivian. Hi. Good rip. Yeah, Circle, Palant, Ford, Adobe. Again, you got a couple of tech stocks moving, but yeah, it's not anything too crazy. Netflix actually woke up too. Oh, and then Amazon, GFS still clapped. Yeah, Amazon's waking up. Where's Apple? Apple's up 132. I think Microsoft to Google, those are the ones not doing too hot. And then Meta. Meta's actually down. And then NVIDIA's in the middle. And then Amazon looks fine. Amazon and Apple look actually pretty great. Nike did good too intraday yesterday, if you guys remember. Then oil hit a low, then coming up. Yeah, Palant, bro, I'm telling you, bro, if you had that weekly, I swear to you, it's like 6,000% now. You're $6 in the money, and those are 10 or 18 cents. But yeah, but again, even the old Palanters, I think some of you were pretty shocked how those played out. But yeah, your old Palanters are only down 20% now. I say only, 20%'s a lot, but at the same time, the play was down like 80%. So yeah, the worst month for Palantir gets unwound in literally 48 hours. No exaggeration. Alrighty. There's some plays I like, but I don't. You know? Not going to work. Boeing, Square, like I said, Netflix is... Oh, hi. We haven't seen Netflix in a minute. When was the last time Netflix actually moved? Where's healthcare, actually? Now that I think about it. Again, SPY straight up. This is what I was saying with some of this computer aspect. Even Kimberly? Kimberly 113? Have you guys noticed this? That's a high of the year for Kimberly. But yeah, staples are up. XLV, again, biotechs, even XLF, everything. So yeah, you got everything playing along. Again, that intraday chip move is holding up very, very well. So yeah, that's starting to go. Oh, those are too expensive. Actually, when do those report? That's why. Please hold. These just have so much time, but like, yeah, I don't know. We're at a weird spot. Not bad. I know Intuit was up and then sold again after the data. A lot of things played out. They're like they flipped. Is that Qualcomm again or is that Palantir? All right, well, I made a play, not a recommendation. You'll lose money. Workday. This is going to be like earnings front run or just like kind of part of the software move. So there's a July one for 5 cents if you want it, or you get that doesn't cover earnings, or the September contract. That's the best earnings coverage. But we're just mad early, so be careful. Any of these anything early with time is going to play like Palantir, you guys. Just keep that in mind, where it's like if you buy it now and it flips down, you'll go down 30, 40%. If it rips back up with earnings, you'll get lucky. So just keep that in mind. And don't be a dum-dum. Oh, Palantir. Oh, wait, where's Z? Where's Zillanter, dog? Oh, you can't forget about that. But yeah, Zillow even went up. Zillow's kind of looking lazy today, bro. You know what I'm saying? 1% not moving. Financials on the low. Hood is on the high. Palantir on the high. That Palantir was a banger. So I got 2,000 percenters this week, and I was happy with them. But yeah, that would have definitely been like a 6,000-7,000 percenter. Woohoo! And then again, Netflix finally moving. Katos again, Pfizer, XLV. Chinese plays kind of going all over the place. And then Sentinel. Don't be a dum-dum. I agree. Okta again, so Cyber's starting to make a move, and IGV. Yeah, IGV just went vertical. Part of it's Palantir. If you get, and Microsoft, you get Microsoft playing along, that is going to help you. I think Meta is the only one that's down. Meta and Google. Oracle. Well, you just don't want me to touch it. Yeah, Oracle. That's again software. So like I'm saying here, look at this was the dynamic in the morning. The non-farms just fucked it up. But yeah, it was chips down, software up, and then we had the non-farms. But you're kind of returning back to that. So just see if it holds up. There is a world where both of them could go up. Quant on the low, as INFQ they got upgraded on that one, held up. And then IBM Mizzle. Varonis again. So Quant down, Varonis up. Oh, they added more Varonis calls, I think. Oh, no, that's the ones with time. Intel low. Workday went up. I mean, we just got it. No, it's brand new, brother. Brand new. Brand new. Offered a lot. AMAT and SanDisk. So again, that's going to bring down SMH, and then, but literally, just like yesterday, chips. So as long as you don't get chips taking a stick with the market, you'll be fine. But yeah, you got Marvel, SanDisk. You're going to play that game. I don't know if NVIDIA's even coming down. Like I said, you only have, now you have Microsoft playing along, but you had, what's it called? Google or Amazon and Apple. Those are your only greens. Is China coming up? China's in the red, but it's doing those little sticks. And now Wendy's, and then Square, and then Pepsi. Again, staples are phenomenal. Yeah, Chad, look, we're in no man's land now. You're literally in between the gap fills on Kimberly. That's amazing. So yeah, it's higher than the beginning of the year. So remember how we were loving Kimberly at the beginning of the year? It went lower and then higher. But yeah, so now the gap fill is like 118. That's like another 5 or so percent. Apple 300. What's WSE and then IBKR? Actually, a bunch of small caps on the high, and then biotechs and SPY working its way up. Again, biotechs were kind of calm. Now they're up 1%. Hi. Palant DB. A lot of things took candles there. Oh, what's BKE? 0.95. And then the Nikes, Tesla. Nike's going up. Tesla's kind of drilling. Remember, Tesla had some good candles. CRISPR. Actually, CRISPR with big volume. Am I tripping? Hey, yo. What's up with your boy? Let me see if there's a headline. McDonald's, ASST. Yeah, I don't see anything on CRISPR. Just the volume. I don't know if it's I don't know if that's just with this little biotech bounce or not. Pipeline. Oh, I think that's why. They have a bunch of stuff during second half 2026, but then one of them is past due. But yeah, that volume and the waves of volume on CRISPR, and then the fact the biotechs are waking up. But then again, SPY back to the high. IGV has held most of the way. But again, I think you have every industry up. I mean, even energy is playing along, staples, financials. I mean, almost everything. And then at least you got 2 or 3 big tech going up. Again, NVIDIA, SanDisk, Micron, all that. That'll probably be your problem. Or Meta. I mean, again, Meta's down 2.6. Remember yesterday's little 10% move. But SPY on the high. And now Google. And then, yeah, Wendy's at $9. Again, that one keeps getting pumped. Somebody commented on my video. Like a bunch of people, actually. It was unrelated to my video, but they were from Reddit, and they were saying how Reddit is banning people from talking about Wendy's on Wall Street Bets. So apparently they're mad at it now. But yeah, like there's a bunch of people trying to keep pumping Wendy's, but they're being stopped. DRS, whoa, big volume, 4% candle. DRS. Nvidia expense. Wow, Gap. Again, Google picked up. Google, Amazon. You just have Nvidia, Microsoft, and then really Meta, though. That's like your big tech lagger. Again, even Netflix did good today. Kind of slowed down, but we're moving our way on up. Making my way downtown. Holding long, and it's holding. Save 10. Save 10. I will save my 10% if I can just hold stocks. All right. Yeah, we know DRS is in Sal. Qubit, Net, again, a little more software, cyber, but it's just kind of broadening out. Like I'm saying, even energy, nuclear is up. I'll get you guys oh, even Boeing. I'll get you a checkup here in a second. Once we get closer to the top. Actually, it's been 15 minutes. Still early. INFQ, Carvana, Sentinel. Again, staples up. Biotechs. Every single industry is up. I mean, so it's kind of impressive, to be honest. Again, and Apple's helping you. Now, a couple more healthcare is running up. KKR. And then Tesla drilling, though. That was the one that was actually looking good in the morning. And they had the good delivery numbers. What was it? I do. UPS, everything, bro. Everything. I'm even shocked. It's Kimberly. Me and her. It's been a long journey, man. You know, I've only known her for like a year, but I think she's the one, man. And you know that? I like it. Kimberly just surprises me every day. So let's get you a checkup. I think I've only known Kimberly for 6 months. Well, I've known her my whole life, but yeah, anyways. NASDAQ 63 in the green, 32 in the red, or 38 in the red. Dow Jones 24 in the green, 5 in the red. And then SPY 422 in the green. Fuck out of here. So yeah, I mean, you could actually flip pretty hard if today wasn't, I don't know, man, maybe, you never know, it could turn, but you have way more opportunity to go down. But yeah, you have 425 names in the green right now. Do 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 do. Why can't he sneeze? Oh, excuse me. All right, well, you've edged up to a new high. Like I'm telling you, I mean, 400 names, 425, man. That's substantial. Like every single industry is in the green right now. Literally, some electronic technology is down, and then that's it. It's just random names that were already down. A couple like Marvel's in the red. You got Seagate, the Clacks, Dell, Coherent, F5. Yeah, it's some names that already ran a lot, but yeah, the names that you have down right now, it's very few and far between. More of the quantum plays, except for what's it called? Except for literally quantum. But all the other ones are going up. XYZ gold again. XYZ's been doing it pretty actively. Another high on Sentinel. Sentinel fills the gap at 18. We got a little bit more work to do. That one you have a lot of time on it too, but again, that was one of those that we got at a pretty shitty time, but those are in the green. So, because of the time. So, do something with those if you didn't like it. Spreads are pretty wide, but it'll fill you. Apple. I know NVO's waking up. SPY, dude, like I'm telling you, I mean, you have an opportunity to go down if all these names flip, but like I was telling you, like today is just, yeah, you position and then go to bed. That's what everyone's doing. They're leaving. So, this is holding up for now. And again, rate cut odds went down after the surprisingly bad jobs data. And then Tesla's down too, even though they were in the green. The other one. That's not it. Yeah, Apple, make them free if you got those. Or push them and sell them at the end of the day. Be blessed, Habibi. Be blessed. So many good things. Yesterday was fun. That's what it kind of feels like it today, just a little different. Again, you had a lot of software moment. You have it today, honestly, just not at the 4% scale. Snow, crowd. Yeah, Cyber and the names that already ran. That's why Sentinel barely up, but all the other Cybers aren't going too crazy. Workday, Zscaler, SpaceX coming up. Man, high ticker is still very active. Again, now Marvel came up. Now chips are going up. So watch what software does. Like I was telling you, Marvel was a weird. Marvel and STX were on the lows, so those are red names going green. And then yeah, Square has just been straight up from the open. Actually, where are the travel names? Remember Airbnb, Expedia? Those were up the other day, but they're coming down. More China. You're doing another one of these China rips. The worst case that could happen for what? Market, I mean, in the short term, just bad earnings. I mean, it's not, I don't even think it's that difficult. You know, if earnings are bad, bar is high, underperform, bad, you know, you kill this growth narrative, it'll slow some people down. And then we have to deal with the economy, rates, and whatever else we want to focus on. But really, bad earnings would kill some of these narratives. Because remember, it was just a month and a half ago, good earnings started these narratives. You know, it was like AI this, AI that, but then the earnings like confirmed it. Bro, CRISPR just went up another 2%. Like I said, the volume, even then, it just had a high volume. They have a bunch of events in second half. Those plays aren't cheap though. I mean, it's a biotech. Again, IBB is very solid. XLV, XLP. XLV is coming down. Remember, XLF ripped yesterday, and it's up another 1%. Now NVO, now CoreWeave. Again, Marvel, where was it? STX? STX went red to green as well. So we're back to 750. Hi! Where is this now? Oh, we need to get to 760? So 10 more points to get to the all-time high still. But yeah, it's only been 2 days of July. Today, I don't even know if today counts. I mean, it is technically a day, but it's the holiday. But yeah, this is all computers, bro. So I'm saying you got your morning stuff. Everything's good. It might build cushion like yesterday. So just keep in mind, you know, yesterday we kind of went straight up for a little bit. And then that was just the cushion for the next like 5-6 hours. Is the Chad getting together this year, like a convention and a meet and greet? We are, but I talked about this yesterday, but I finally settled on it. I have one preliminary date, but we're gonna change the branding of it. It's not like a meetup, it's not a convention, because there could only be 20 people max. So it's just gonna be a Bible study. And then that way too, it accounts for anything else. So if you don't want to come to the Bible study, then you don't have to come to the Bible study. I don't want to force anything on people. So it's a Bible study, but there will, if you are free on Labor Day, Labor Day, September 7th. That's where we're going to organize it around. NVIDIA, Anthropic in talks with Samsung to manufacture custom chips. Hot dog. Well, see if that brings NVIDIA down. I feel like we've had that headline before. I think it was a Broadcom and Google, and it dropped NVIDIA for a little, but then they came back up. They started early stage work on own chip in talks with Samsung, held talks with multiple chip design firms. I mean, check Cadence or even Asmil. So look, Asmil's going up on that one. Lean. Habibi, when did you get so expensive, brother? Low liquidity volume that could bully you. Yeah, the spreads. It's just biotechs. Any biotechs. And then even then, you could be right and wrong at the same time. Because even if it goes up 50%, if you're too far out the money, the biotechs don't really reward it in the same way. Crowd. 10B again. Sweet Green's on the low. I don't know where the food plays are. I will. Well, we're going to organize it a little bit. We're going to try to give people some lead time. But then, yeah, the other problem is, too, we might have to do more than one event. Because, like I said, I mean, I think it's anticipated. I think a lot of you want to come out, but, yeah, we are limited to only 20 people a session. Hey, yo, is Intel and AMD benefiting off of the Anthropic headline? Again, NVIDIA danced around a little bit. A couple of design firms went up, but now Intel and AMD are starting to hit the high ticker. Healthcare, 52-week high. Again, oil coming down a little bit in SPY. Your first consecutive red candles of the day. No exaggeration. Your first back-to-back reds. Wow. Constellation, post-earnings. BMY, CRISPR again. Yeah, that one just went crazy. I knew that volume looked... I just didn't like the chain, but that one would have hit. Depending on which ones you got. TSM now, too. And then NVIDIA bounced off of that. And then Okta, that's been the strong one. Okta's joined the crowds and snowflakes. Rivian had a stick. And they kind of, a lot of things from the cash open, like they've just ramped very, very good. Now Myrna. So again, XLV, Myrna, Crisp, again, even IBB too. Remember, there is a difference between the two. If UUP dumps, that's great. Oh, yeah. That's what I was saying. The only real risk of the jobs report today is if it reignited the dollar. But yeah, that killing the dollar is helping. So yeah, that even supports the computer day even more. VRXA. I think all of them are. But no, that CRISPR look too. Now Sarepta. But like, see, some of these, like CRISPR, Sarepta, people have backgrounds with them, but CRISPR especially. That was just too big a volume, and it was not, I don't even think there's one red candle on it. Now DXCM, another biotech. I know, dude. Nike killed. Dude, Nike hit 39 briefly, and then that's it. Then it's literally up 10%. Now Nibis. Where's Marvel? XBI on the high. NASDAQ is up by 0.5. Russell 0.8. Russell's doing better. SPY 0.6, and then Dow Jones 0.7. I guess you got Meta still drilling into the low. Amazon stopped moving. Google's at the high. I think Apple's your only one. IRM on the low. Come on, bro. You got competition, IRM. Editas. Crowd, Cyber. Now there's Jack again. Jack in the book. Good morning. Got a new Trump tweet? I mean, he said thank you to Micron earlier. Yeah. Remember we had that headline about them yesterday in the Trump accounts? He's just saying thank you. Again, a lot of random biotechs, and now SMCI. So that, actually, SMCI is already at 5. Again, NVIDIA near the high as well, too. There's Zscaler printing a little bit. Different one. Factory orders down 1.3. Estimate was down 2.0. I'm trying to see one of these. Rivian again. You guys were saying that earlier. Beam is related to it. I want you to see, like, you guys see it. Like, look at this. Just looks like a computer, and the volume is very abnormal. That's why I called that one out in the morning. But like all these other biotechs moving up, they don't look like that, and that's what I'm saying. And then they, CRISPR has catalyst. Again, I don't even have a play on this. I'm just telling you how this went down. But yeah, I don't have any exposure to it because I didn't like the pricing. But then yeah, they have a bunch of catalysts for the next 6 months, and then just with all these other biotechs and how that opened up, it was quite unusual. Now A-Lab again, and now Amba, and now NVIDIA, and now NVIDIA's just following the other chips. But yeah, SPY's still holding up. Again, a lot of industries there. NVIDIA about to hit back to 200. Hold on. They won't fail. A melt up Thursday. Oh, today is Thursday. Well, again, we might. I mean, the weird part, and I don't know how it plays out, but like I told you, like July 3rd is seasonally the best day for the second best day in stock market history. So if you took every year in stock market history, and then you looked at July 3rd, that would be the second best day every single year. So this time, July 3rd is closed. And then, like I'm saying, today, that could be today could essentially be July 3rd. Otherwise, it's also coming off of the backs of, again, we just had Kevin Warsh not scare you after people freaked out on him. And then now today, you had bad jobs data that chills out at least one rate hike. You know what I'm saying? And now mix that in with the seasonality. And yeah, here we are. But yeah, very strong third. Everything's in on it. I mean, like I'm saying, you have 400 names in the green. I mean, I think there's like small ticks of red on certain industries. But yeah, broadly, everything is up. NC again, more biotechs. Where's RGV? RGV is just chilling. I know AMD and Intel, bro, those moves off the bottom with the chips were kind of crazy. Cerberus on the low. Oh, there's Quant coming back up again. I was like, bro, you're playing us, dog. Yeah, all the quantum plays. What was the other one? CBOE. Did you guys hear that? CBOE is trying to invent a new contract. They are trying to develop. They announced it this morning. CBOE is trying to make a earnings contract, all or nothing. So it's going to be like an options contract, or like, I don't know if it's options or prediction, but it's going to be an all or nothing bet on earnings. So they're trying to invent this new thing where you essentially, you could buy an instrument that is for earnings. Like if I think Netflix will beat, and if it beats, you get paid. If it misses, you don't. That's it. Instead of playing the break even, the pricing, all of that, all of the other stuff. I want look backs. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, pretty much binary options, right? Yeah, wait a minute. Isn't there just binary options with better branding? Hold up. Yuli. RevMed, Biotech, again. J&J, kind of biotech. ACAD, biotech. Zillow, I told you he was lazy, bro. I saw it in his eyes this morning. Palantir doing good, though, but Palantir's Mossad, so I don't know what you guys expected. VRTX, Sweet Green's on the low. Wendy's sold off. Jack held up. Tesla just sold it off. They're Cytokinesis, another biotech. Bro, that IBB breakout when I didn't think it would go another 10%. Crazy. And again, remember like a week or two ago, I was saying that was the breakout from 2021, all-time high. And now AstraZeneca, another biotech on the high. So literally, last like 5-10 minutes, bro, I've seen so many biotechs just move up. I feel like that's all we're getting. Now Microsoft, so that's going to help lift up the SPY. IBRX, another biotech. Good morning. EYPT, another biotech. Zivra, another biotech. NVO, another another biotech. Ionis, another biotech. It's all biotechs. So yeah, you got these chips already kind of gassed. You actually have a lot of industries running, not too much down, but then yeah, like right here, right now, the second wave is coming through biotechs. They're all fucking ripping. Every single one of them. If you kept that Myrna, I remember that Myrna, I thought it was, I didn't think it would even fill me. But I think those are ripping now, because those had a lot of time. I ripped those the other day. Illumina, Hood. Russia increased oil exports. SPY hitting a high. Pfizer. Oh, where's Adobe? They had an upgrade today. Adobe. They're not doing too bad. Yeah. All right, Chad. I'm gonna use the restroom. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. God bless America. Woo! Early, bro. Oh, I didn't get to go to the bathroom. I'm like, why do I need to go to the bathroom so early? Yeah, we just kind of got into the morning. All right, well, and then Apple and Microsoft even into this. Nvidia chilled a little bit from the top. And then BNY, that will be RB.
It's not for MAGA. is for the money, not for the country. I do it for the money. I bribe Trump, now you can't touch me. Pile and market, cause I'm so lucky. It's not MAGA, it's magnificent. I just became a Catholic and just became a hypocrite. I love tax cuts and hate all of the immigrants. We're not fascists, just paid to be ignorant. That's not true, just depends who's listening. It's not about you, it's all about the Benjamins. Netanyahu is my other president. Iran, who I thought they were just Mexicans. We're the best in the world, but I never left my city. I hate the rap, but you gotta love Nicki Minaj. Trump is white, so how can he be Diddy? On the aisle, we love the fight, even if gas is $5.50. The war's already over, even if it goes to October. Panicans have no composure. I'm just a loyal voter. Let's end another war. Yeah. I'm American, but love Canada. I'm a white guy, the one for Kamala. She's like me, she understands the love. No, she wouldn't have got us in a war. Who would have had price ceilings and pricing floors? Everything would be free in the empty store, and we'd ignore everything that would affect the poor, like the healthcare or the welfare. Mandate 5 more boosters and climate scares. I love her, not a worry in the world, cause opposition is silence. Tax your unrealized wealth and your mileage. Throw the Trumpies in jail if they get caught smiling. White guy for Kamala, my wife doesn't love me. White guy for Kamala, at least I'm not Trumpy. White guy for Kamala, armpit hair is not yucky for the ladies. I don't know what it'd be if she actually won. Anything but Trump, even if it's all dumb. Shout out to my daughter, I made her my son. I will still protest ice cause it's a whole lot of fun. White guy for Kamala, hope they take all our guns. White guy for Kamala, approved by the lesbian nuns. Give Kamala A-G-I and better run.
Microsoft. Woo! Alright, and then dude, I have bad news. Not really, not for any of you, but I got the deposit on Colt's sister. And I was like, oh, she doesn't have Intuit yet. I was like, let me go get her some Intuit. And then I go and look. Tell me why she's like $5 short, bro. Fuck me. So yeah, she's like $5. I need Intuit to drop. I can't. I was just gonna buy it for her, but I can't. She does not have enough cash still. After the deposit, she's like $5 short. And there's no margin on this account. Oh, can I do it? Will it let me do a fractional? It's a good idea. I could we start at 0.99 if it lets me. I forgot how weird they are with it. Bro, I could literally get 0.96. I don't know if it'll fill though. Let's see. Oh shit, you can? Okay. Alright, well, good idea, legal. I guess, no, it worked. Okay, she has Intuit now. I got her 0.96 of a share. Alright, there you go. Yeah, son. She got 0.96 into it. Not a full share, but we're getting close. Well, I bought it for her because it's pretty much, it's actually $1 below where I bought it. And then, yeah, at the time, I mean, I literally said it. I said, you know, we got her Microsoft, but we didn't have enough money to buy her into it. So, yeah, now she got her deposit. And then, yeah, I got her her share. So now her portfolio's matched with ours. Kind of a little different in sizing because it's a lot smaller. I added into it a couple weeks ago. So again, if you're not understanding the situation, that's unfortunate. But yeah, we bought into it a couple weeks ago. And then at the time, Colt's sister didn't have enough money. So she got her deposit. So I'm making sure that we get it for her. Oh, Microsoft. That should bring up IGV. Unless, I don't know where Palant is at. Yeah, Palant's up too. Again, you have the Nvidia come down a little bit, but still holding Apple all day. Mike, again, Meta and Amazon. Amazon's actually playing along now, and Google a little bit. Does she plan to grab a house with her long term or do something else? I don't know. I think her plan is to just hold it over my head to ask me about politics randomly. But other than that, I have no idea what her goal is, to be honest. I tell her to get a house. Again, you guys are you don't miss out the fact I've already fucked up my sister because I already got her a house. So now she's like, I don't want a house. I'm like, you fucking idiot. So yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I genuinely do not know what. I think last time she wanted a computer. I told her no. Then she was like, I want to become a DJ. She's like, can I buy DJing equipment? I said, you're older than me, sister. I said, we're not doing this. And then what was the next one? And then she was like, oh, I want to travel. Then she reverted back to her, I want to travel. I'm like, you've already traveled. She's seen more of the world than I have. And I'm like, you've already seen a lot of it at this point. She's even done a silent retreat. You know that? You know that? She paid people to go to a place to not talk. She paid someone to go to the secret place and lock her in a sweat lodge. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what her goal is. I genuinely do not. I think she should get a house. I would love for her to, but yeah, I mean, it's whatever she wants. Like I said, she said she wanted to get in stocks one day. I said, I'll help. I'll show you how it's done. I mean, I've given her a good example. She's gotten proof that if she listened to anything in the media, it would have left her worse off, but yeah, I don't know what her real plan is with it, to be honest with you. Dailies hit 100, you're learning from me slowly? Well, listen, if you don't have a long term, and if you're trading with more than your long term, you are in fact not learning from me. But if you have a long term, and your trades are balanced and budgeted with that long term, and then you're hitting on all cylinders, then now we're talking. Tesla, dude. Tesla and Meta are your laggers, but thank God the other ones aren't doing bad. Again, RTX too, even fucking defense. CP. What can we do to save Qualcomm? Nothing. And I'd get that out of your head. Didn't I warn you on that before? Were you the guy who told me to pump the Reddit shit? So yeah, similar reaction. Again, I don't tolerate that. I would just get used to it. Like I said yesterday, it would have been a delayed reaction if the news was real, but right when they said it wasn't, that play was gone. Where the Nike? They all came down. Oh, the Reddit shit was you. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, there you go. I've talked about Salesforce a lot last year. I mean, we have this year as everyone's asked me if they should buy it, but I'm just... Salesforce is like Nike in a weird way. Obviously, very different companies, but Salesforce needs earnings. They need earnings. They need a recovery story. You need to, like, have earnings kick it into gear where they're like, wow, this, you know, cash flow giant is returning back to this level of growth. Then you know, that thing could turn into a meta. But until then, it's gonna underperform. Apple. As a beginner trader, how would someone start trading options? I have a very unorthodox approach to it. I think if you want to start trading options, you should start trading stocks. I think not even trade them. I think you should start with a long term. And then that's how we establish our budget. And you could paper trade on the side, and then you use 10% of your 10%. Once you've established a serious, consistent, achievable long-term deposit, you use 10% of that amount, and hopefully you could paper trade in the meantime. But yeah, what you'll learn about stocks will transfer over to options. And then, yeah, most people have difficulty with sizing and the, you know, kind of just managing the budget with, you know, options expire worthless. That's why maybe those Zalanters got to show you there's a lot of emotions. They go down, you'll lose half your money, if not more. And then at the same time, too, if you don't play them properly or you get caught up in the emotions, you could sell out way too early. You could sell for the biggest loss, and then the next day they come back up. So, unfortunately, these are really, really risky. That's why this budget thing I keep talking is literally the most important. And that's where most people kind of slip at it. So, I'm telling you, get a long term. You get your long term. What you will learn in a couple months of long term is all going to transfer over to the options. But then, like I was even talking yesterday, like the last couple days, like you don't have the long term. The 10% is just the minimum. No one's forcing you to do it. And you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, you'll be surprised, like, once you actually do it, how far it will take you. But yeah, like, the whole idea of this long term to start off is to set a real budget. That's what I'm saying. Everyone just rushes it. Hasty. They're like, why would I do that for 3 months? I know this. I'm like, no, you don't. I promise you, most people don't really know the budget. They're like, can you go and create a budget that you're going to stick with for 10 years right here, right now? You can, but most people don't do it. And that's what I'm saying. But like, if you start a couple months, get serious about the markets, see how your money moves, see if you could actually save that amount, put it aside. That's going to tell you what you could allocate. And then from there, we work that budget into the options. And then now we have a balanced strategy of mostly long-term and then a little bit of speculation to pad the stats. But no matter what, it should be so you don't lose. That's what I'm saying. Options long-term strategy, if you balance it the right way, you shouldn't lose because your long-term is working. The options, if they all fail, it shouldn't hurt you. And then if they win, then it should really increase your margins. Apple, though, is fire, bro. Apple. Everything is fire, brother. Everything. Welcome to July. Thank you. Again, Microsoft. I got 2 of those up. I thought that was NVIDIA. And then SPY at VWAP. I mean, yesterday took a while to get to VWAP. So yeah, you're hitting it pretty early. It's only 7:30. We've only been here for an hour, you guys. So as I'm saying, I think even then, you already lost the portion of Wall Street. People set their trades and go home. Was that the only one? XLV. See if you do another biotech rip. Again, long duration even. Kind of makes sense with TLT, but TLT is red. You actually reacted way less to the bad jobs report on the bonds. Again, BMY now. It's another one. Schwab when building. You could use pretty much anything. I mean, Schwab and Fidelity. It's easy since we use it and you could like follow along. But yeah, you could pretty much use anywhere. But the real thing, it's not about the brokerage you choose. I mean, there is some importance to that, but it's what you do in the account, not necessarily the where you have the account. So, like I'm saying, you could put the brokerage anywhere, but if you are trading within your long-term account, just show me where you park your vehicle, because that's the big problem. The problem, I don't care. I don't like Webull. I don't like Robinhood. There's a lot of things I don't like, but I don't give a fuck. I don't care. If you end up using it, that's not gonna make you a failure. What's gonna make you a failure is if you trade options and day trade, even shares within your long-term account. That's it. So what you need is 2 accounts, ideally, or not even ideally, at minimum. You need 2 accounts. You need one for only long-term, and then one for only trading. And then that's it. If you could do that, I don't care where you put the accounts, as long as they are separate, you're good to go. If they are not separate, you are fucking up. Let me say that again. I don't know who needs to hear this. If you have a long-term account that you are trading in, please stop calling it a long-term. You are fucking up. That is not a long-term. Okay? Call it whatever you want. Call it a mutant. Call it a Frankenstein. Call it your hobby. You know what I'm saying? Call it just what you do when you get bored. Call it your video game account. But if you are trading within a long term, it's not a long term account. You get what that's all. That is a big. Believe me, some people have heard me say this for years, and they didn't really listen to it until the negative consequences of it showed up. What if you're disciplined about not using long-term money for short-term money? No, what you said is very contradicting. You said, what if I'm so disciplined, I don't have discipline? Does that make sense? So it's not that you have so much discipline, I am not trading in the account. It's I have so much discipline, I have separated the accounts, if that makes any sense. So it's not, like I'm telling you, just call it whatever you want. You could lie to yourself, you could lie to me, but just know it's lying. That's all I'm saying. It's just call it whatever you want to, but it is not a long-term account if there is trading occurring within it. An option, a day trade, I don't care. Call it whatever you'd like. We could call it a boy, a girl, they, them, do whatever. Call it whatever you would like, but I'm just telling you, it's not a long term. That's it. There's no way around it. Apple. And then the SPY, I don't know if that's NVIDIA or not, but I think it is. And then kind of all the big tech. What was that? Yeah, Staples just ramped up. And then pretty much Mag 7, and then some of the chips that were already weak. It could be the same brokerage, but they have to be separate accounts. That's all. I mean, everything I'm saying is so simple. You know what I'm saying? Like that. If you have any sort of market knowledge, if you've done this for longer than a couple months, you know what I'm saying? You should. This is as simple. All of you guys are grown adults. You know, this is one of the ones that doesn't get any simpler. You know, you can have the same brokerage, but the question is, are you trading within this account you are calling a long term? If it is, it's not a long term. You have something. I don't know what it's called, but it's definitely not a long term. If you are trading options and day trading within a long term investment account. Not gas storage, 87 versus 81. No, there's not. That was just tech again. I mean, like I said, top of the hour here, or getting into it, 7:30. It's been 1 hour. I mean, I think you're gonna go in waves of computer programs and people coming and going, but yeah, I don't think there was that one weird NVIDIA headline or with the Anthropic, but that still didn't even get in the way. Open the second. Good. May your wisdom reward you. Check news. Why are you so mad, June? Are you okay, bro? What's up? Did you leverage too much chips or what? I know it's the holidays. People get mad during the holidays. But be okay, brother. You don't have to be here today. I didn't have to be here today. Just nobody wakes up early in California. So I'd hang out with my boys. Should I go to the gym? I didn't even think about that. Should I try a morning gym? I should have put that on the list. The early sell is choose your frustration. Yes, definitely optimize, but and just keep it in mind for your next one, but not too much, because it is going to be that's the emotional part where you can't let it slip into being discontent and then turning against you. But yeah, like if there's something you could optimize to get a little bit more, if it could teach you something about your budget and balance, but yeah, it's a very fine line between turning into like an emotional chase. That's like I've been saying, even with the long term, that's what you want to avoid. Just know what to avoid, right? You don't want to play the game of tilt and slippage of thinking, oh man, then the next is most of the times the second trade is going to be the worst, right? You sell out too early, and then you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to learn from that, and then let's take a worse trade and then try to push it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, be content with adequate, but like I'm saying, find ways to optimize. We're not just, saying, oh, it's fine, okay, cool, but it's like, you want to work at it, get a little better, but at the same time, don't let that be the thing that derails you. And Amazon now, and now Abivi, and Microsoft. So that was chips, but you are getting another rip here with the big tech, or most of them at least. Again, even Netflix, for crying out loud. A workout routine? Yes, Derek has one for you, actually. So Derek's, he even took Chad's at the beginning of the year. He has another group as well. But yeah, he'll give you a full-on workout routine. Oh, I have some. I have some of the before and after pictures, bro. Some of the Chaz, bro. Some of these Chaz got 8-packs and shit, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, it's not okay. It's actually very okay. I think it's awesome. But yeah, you should have a long-term workout routine. To be honest, what's the point of the long-term? And then XLP hit a high. Real estate stocks will come back once we're really cleared up on this the Fed bond situation. Just long duration. Okay, another red. Watch out, you guys. You better pay attention, or June is gonna get mad. Okay, you guys, watch out. You guys, there's a red candle. You guys, maybe don't be too desperate about it, but there's a red candle. Oh my gosh, you guys. What the fuck are you doing right now? Oh my gosh. It's a biotech wave again. AstraZeneca. AZN looks like CRISPR. But AZN's way bigger. on Netflix for the long term. I like it at 20 bucks. You sold your apples 2,700%. Brah! Yalla, habibi. Yalla. I'm telling you, man, the start to July. I hope it continues, though. Let's see. That's the thing, though. We'll see when we come back. But then again, whether AI doom loop or not, but then again, the Mag 7. The interesting part, though, is okay, now Mag 7's leading. Actually, no, NASDAQ, because of NVIDIA, is down 0.4. Russell's up. So it feels like yesterday, but it's different. XL? Is that energy or biotech? I think it's energy. Yeah, I do. I think Warren Buffett said that. He said, panic the fuck out and sell everything. I think that is a Warren Buffett quote. Something along those lines. Microsoft. On July. Yeah, I think, well, that's the thing. So far, what people are, like I showed you guys in the morning, more people are talking about the, about momentum kind of stalling in July, and then Mag 7 kind of goes up, and then after like July, August, then momentum comes back and everything else. Again, I mean, I just think it boils down to earnings. Again, if earnings gives us a reason to freak out, I think market will take it. If we don't have a reason to freak out, I think market will love it. And again, if we imagine, that's what I was saying this morning, if we beat that high bar, which is possible, you don't just stop, that could also be very exciting. Apple, I didn't know. I told you it was just a lotto. The Apple, because remember, it was 5 minutes to close yesterday. And then we got that headline on the Chinese chips. So all it was that was a delayed reaction. That's it. That's all it was. It was the same. The headline hit right before close yesterday. And then you just woke up with nothing. And then they just started repumping that. Whoa, ACN, SAP. There's a couple, and then NVO, Fig and Figs. I don't even think they're just ripping both of them. Oh, Jack in the Box. Oh, yalla. No more tacos. Will Trump change the value of gold? I don't think he will. In November, we had these talks in the beginning of the year or last year, but yeah, I don't know, because I feel like I haven't heard them talk as much about the deficit. They blew out the deficit with the war and the BBB, and they try to make this appearance like they were gonna lower it, but yeah, we just haven't heard much from it. That's when, like I'm saying, I mean, there's a lot of seized assets, there's a lot of gold. I mean, I had this talk at the beginning of 2025, like, if you really want to entertain it, there's ways that they could bring the debt down. And like I'm saying, that would probably be one of them with gold. But yeah, I just don't know how committed they are to actually doing that. Maybe that could be one of the midterm things. Tesla. Dude, Tesla was so solid in the morning. An Apple, beautiful. MCO, is that mortgage? You bit into a hard-boiled egg and you got a 3rd-degree burn on your lip? Jeez, dude. Yeah, you gotta be careful. I got a burn once from a teapot. So when I was a kid, I reached over like one of those like little electric teapots, and it gave me like a wicked burn. J&J. Actually, where's Abivai? Okay, more buy. Dude, even the like big four, the Regens, the Guilds, the Abivai. Oh, where's Pfizer actually? Yeah, even Pfizer started to tick up here. So we're barely above open. I mean, but Russell's actually barely green. SPY's up by 0.3. NASDAQ down by 0.5. And Dow down by 0.8. It was very early, man. Very, very early. Dow Jones, 24 green, 6 red. NASDAQ, 73 green. 20 something in the red. SPY 368. So you had what? 75 red in the morning over here? So yeah, double the amount of names flipped red. And now we're going down again. I mean, low ticker's picking up. I see a lot of chips. AMD, Marvel. So yeah, and then China too, actually. So anything but biotechs. CLRO. What's this? 30%? Little small cap. All right, new low of the day. Josh, check the news. Oh, what are we gonna do? We're approaching where we closed yesterday. So yeah, we did. You literally, I guess the high of the day was getting right above the Kevin Warsh level. So it seems like the market, even some of the positioning, that Kevin Warsh level is quite fascinating. But yeah, you're starting to go down now finally. And there's no headline, unfortunately. Yeah, the Qs were already weak. Oh, what? Quarter. This isn't it, is it? Clear one. Wait. Yo. Dude, they're merging with Vanny. So you guys remember Vanny? The pet Ozempic one? I think I still have those shares. They're down like 40%. So they're merging with Vanny and another Cortegent medical company. So, yeah, it's a 3-company merger. Yeah, that's this right here. So it's Vanny shares still exist, but yeah, it's this is different. Well, we might get lucky. But yeah, because I was gonna say that this is one of the ones. This gapped up in the morning. This might do one of those like small cap things, but I mean, technically, I think you might. Some of you might have exposure if you still kept those. I've never seen a trio like 3 companies. It says Vivani enters merger between wholly owned subsidy Cortegent and NASDAQ listed Clear One. Yeah, Clear One's raising $10 million. I think they're the ones that are paying for it more. Yeah, it's pretty much pet Zempic. I'm surprised no one tried to buy him out yet. But then again, now they just merged. And then Apple again. More biotechs. They're disgusting. And then the Microsoft, not bad. No support. I mean, we're just back into the last. Remember, the last couple days, this was above the range. So remember, 740 was our prison last week. So yeah, you're well above that. So that's why it's like we might come down to these levels, which would suck, but as long as you don't go below 740. And then like I'm saying, I was saying it yesterday, I do think that Powell level is very crucial, or Kevin Warsh level. So that's why we hit that and then sold off. We may retest it, or again, maybe we just wait till everybody comes back. Abbott, Guild, Pfizer, every single biotech and healthcare name you could think of. When do those expire? The Pfizer's moved. They're up 40%. The second account saying options, a strict reminder. It feels more controlled. I'm telling you. Here's a question you guys should ask. Why do I tell you to separate them? Like, do you think I want to control you? Do I get a dividend? Do you think Schwab pays me for like, you know, like really ask yourself why am I sharing this advice with you? And I make it very strict and straightforward as a rule, but like ask yourself why? Like, why do you think I'm telling you this? Like, you know, and like I don't benefit off of it. And like that's why it's fascinating how people are like what like they struggle with this one sometimes, and it takes a while. It's because I tell you because it's very effective. It really helps and it works. This is like I can't stress it enough. This is just something I've spent a lot of time on. I've done all of it. I've done options, short-term, long-term. I've done every option strategy you could think of. I've traded futures. I still do. I could do all of them. And that's why I'm telling you, if there's one thing to learn for like real results, it's that. Is if you separate them, because it's hard to even track the results when they're combined. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be good. Don't be a narcissist when it goes down. I think by default, I'm going to be a narcissist no matter what. I think that's how being a narcissist works. But are you okay? You know, as a narcissist, I don't know if I'm supposed to ask, but are you okay, man? Is everything good? Because everyone's been chill, man. This isn't like a real day. So, are you okay, man? Is everything in life feeling okay? If you need someone, you know, you should reach out in a more, you know, favorable manner. That way, you know, you don't have to fight, bro. I hope you're doing okay. May you have a good holiday. But like I'm telling you, it works, you guys. It's very effective. And I tell you this with no incentive. I only tell you it out of pure efficiency. So, and that's what I'm saying. It's like if you'll try it and notice it, but if you don't believe me, I mean, hey, this is it's your career. It's your career. THC, that's another one. I'm going to rip the Pfizers. You guys could hold them if you want. Let's see if the Josh effect still works. I'm going to sell them at 50. They move too slow. I thought those would have hit harder. But yeah, I sold the Pfizers out at 50. SAP. Remember, side effects include trading within your long term. You may have diarrhea, nausea, upset stomach. You guys don't listen to any of the disclaimers, huh? Because as I'm telling you, that's what it said. It's true, man. If you don't believe me. Another set of real estate names, REITs. Yeah, well, Chip sold and then software's up. At least we're getting a stronger rotation. But now this time, tech did give up, or at least semiconductors gave a little bit more. NASDAQ hit down 1%. SPY is still green, though. That's what's crazy. ICME. I never added them to the long term. I've been making like back and forth flips on CBOE, but I don't have it in the long term. If they really, maybe if they have to take another death blow, if those names could go down at like another 30 to 40%, I think they'd be long term worthy. Oh, even the quantum momentum came down. So I know a lot of it looks like chips, but chips came down and then that slowed down momentum. And then now more healthcare and biotechs. Workday took off a little bit. But we're here for the pain. I mean, respectfully, speak for yourself, B-word. Okay? I'm here to get a house. I'm here to make some money, get some down payments, turn them to cribs, and then turn the cribs back to stocks, and then keep doing that. That's exact to win. I don't think you're here for that any other reason. Maybe a good philo. I got a great philo. I have a funny philo today. It's funny, but it's a good one. But yeah, I don't know when we're going to start. The Texas numbers for the stream alerts. If you live in Texas, but you have a different zip code or area code, you could sign up. But if your area code is a Texas, it won't work. So we had a couple people from Texas sign up, but their numbers were from like Arkansas and Oklahoma. So, but yeah, if you have a Texas area code, unfortunately, Greg Abbott does not want us to contact you. I mean, today's start, everything was green in the morning. It's like a smaller version of yesterday, but now with the, but now I think healthcare is a little bit more aggressive. Actually, very, very aggressive. Some chilled out though. All right, well, SPY, another new low. SPY has not gone red yet. It's about to. It's up by 0.07. Russell has gone red now. NASDAQ has gone red. It's the Dow, so there is definitely some broadening out rotation at hand right now. So, yeah, now you're starting to see it. Some of these, like, big box consumer names, they're starting to catch the bid. I mean, Kimberly at 113. I don't know. So that one's already been up. Let's see. No, the stream alerts are different than the locked in. And then the locked in and stream alerts are both for advanced people too. So if you're not new, I wouldn't necessarily take that route. Oh, we got our Kimberly div. Man, that sucks. Bro, they gave us the dividend at 110. Boo. So yeah, I got my dividend, but the dividend trip was at 110. Why would CBO still be down if we have increased record of options versus perpetual futures? That's why I'm playing it. But that's why I think it's overblown by like a massive amount. But then again, like, you know, it is kind of crazy. Like, you got to think about like the monopoly that they have. Like, you know, you think about like trading futures, trading these like, you know, futures pretty much, perps are futures, and trying to trade like certain assets. Like, you used to have to go to certain, you know, brokers. Now, like, literally, bro, you could just go load up any gambling app, and then they have the price of Bitcoin, and then you could go gamble on a future on any asset, even commodities. So like it does lower their monopoly, but yeah, if you don't think CBOE made a killing this last month, this last quarter, this last year. So I don't think, I mean, maybe if it really becomes the standard for everyone to trade through these sketchy places, maybe it could be a threat, but I don't think in the like grand scope of things and in the long run, I don't think perpetual futures getting access on sketchy brokers, or not even real brokers, I don't think it's a real threat. Since you've bought Microsoft for long term, it's been going up every day. No, it dropped. Most of my plays, you could get them cheaper after I buy them. I don't know why no one listens to me. I tell them this for the options. I tell them this for the stocks. But yeah, Microsoft went down and then it went up. So yeah, but be careful. Be careful trying to understand the Josh effect. You know that? I don't even try to understand the Josh effect. They say a lot of things. They think the market goes down when I go pee. That's what I'm saying. Like even Kimberly, I got in here, it drops, and then I don't know. So am I lucky? Is it motion? Is it skill? Is it luck? I don't know. You'll never know. You see what I'm saying? So you might I would look at your portfolio and I'd make a good decision. And yeah, but most plays you will be able to get them cheaper. Yeah, if you weighed Microsoft, you could have got it $20 cheaper. And then it went up. Intuit is the same price now. Kimberly, you could have got an extra $2 plus the dividend and then stack another 12% on top. TMO, Thermo. Who the F is trading futures on Kalshi? Somebody, but that's what I'm saying. It's not I guarantee the guy trading a perpetual future on a Kalshi or a DraftKings, it's not the same guy throwing up the margin for a ES or a NQ. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not. And so I don't think it's a real threat. TLT is finally going up. Why is Ford dumping? Ford candle. And Walmart. You think it's motion, not luck? But then what kind of motion? Is it off of like skill? Is it just because a bunch of people are watching? Does our small group have enough to increase this by $10 billion in value in a week? You see what it's confusing, brothers. But just make a good decision and ignore this noise. That's what I'm saying. I don't even look at it. Believe me, I just go off of what everyone tells me. But that's why, from my perspective, I ignore all of it. I've just been looking at diapers and tampons all year. I've been trying to tell y'all, man. And then we got our plan. We've been playing defense. We structure it. Let your portfolio speak to you. It's talking. You just got to listen. The Lord is speaking. You just got to listen. You know what I'm saying? I agree. Oh, was it Ford? I thought all the numbers already came out. Apple. Now Coca-Cola. Watch out, though, of too many staples. The staples are strong today. I don't know if I want to say watch out, but just watch the chip, tech, software dynamic with all that. And then again, like, I say that because healthcare is ripping to the moon, and it didn't cost us that much. You know, it's not like you're ripping and rotating with so many things dumping. Zillow's back up again. This mother. I'm firing this dude. This guy shows up to work, doesn't work, fucking leaves early. You call him out, and then he's like, no, I'm doing better. I'm early today. I'm like, you fucking piece of shit. Yeah, if you grab those apples yesterday, they're about 3,000%. So GG's. A lot of 1,000%ers plus if you held them. That's the thing. You got to hold them. On some, like I've told you, that Palantir, you'd be up like 6,000%. Now a little less, but at 32, it was about 6,000%. Stupid. Silly market. Can't you see? Sometimes the long term hypnotize me. I just love the 10%. MasterCard, eBay, and then Microsoft again. Now Zoom on the low. MDT, now medical devices, for crying out loud, dude. These guys, brother. Again, Amazon's still up, Google's down, Nvidia came down, that dragged the SPY. I don't know if the chips have topped. I don't know. I think this has been my mentality since May, and you guys have seen it. Like I'm saying, with some of my actions, I want to be involved. You know, I want exposure to certain things. I mean, I'm positioning in a way I'm not getting scared. That's why, like, even after June, I kept shooting for a reason, because I mean, again, the balance control helped achieve that. But yeah, I've been saying this whole time. This bubble, some people even get mad if you call it a bubble. I just think it's a bubble. I think there's real stuff behind it, but at the same time, like a bubble, again, we've never moved like this ever before. We've broken so many records, but I've been saying this can end tomorrow. It could end next week, it could end next month, or it could end next year. It could end in an hour, or it could end in a year. You have to just, I am operating from that mentality. So that's why I'm making sure I'm walking away with money, playing a little defense. I'm riding the wave. I'm not fighting the tide. I did a little bit last month, but we waited a little bit, and you even see how it played out. But yeah, when it's said to figuring out when this shit ends, I would be ready for everything. And I would assume I wouldn't get too confident that it ends tomorrow, and I wouldn't get too confident that it lasts forever. So yeah, that's just kind of how I've been looking at this, because there's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of things. I mean, the economy is big, also moves slow. Again, you could even argue a lot of this was even led by the ISM, but for now, I would be ready for all of it. Coke, even TAP started coming back up now. So you're getting more rotate to value. Well, that's the thing. Even after these last couple days, I mean, the doom loop AI fears are still there, even with chips. And that's like what you're saying here is what a lot of people brought up with Meta. Because then they're like, anytime Meta pivots to your industry, it's pretty much the top within the next 3 months. So that's kind of the problem now, is that Meta just pivoted to a neo cloud. You essentially have Meta as a neo cloud. So if Meta poaches your industry and starts jumping into it, usually, yeah, that could change things. But then again, it's just like I'm saying, earnings. How these earnings play out, the vibes, everything else with both midterms down to policy, that's going to kind of feed into it. But yeah, I mean, a lot of these worries, again, you see the high flyers, how it's done, the numbers. I mean, people are still concerned and the worries are there, but you know, we have spent several years of just ignoring all these worries, right? That's why I call it the doom loop. It's the same fears. They just come back around over and over again. Staples, Coca-Cola, it's all Walmart. Now it's Staples. So instead, and a lot of healthcare still too, though, healthcare and drugs, but SPY going lower. Again, there is a big tech effect, unfortunately. And then again, you have Netflix finally. This is how Netflix used to be, right? Everything would go down, Netflix up. But again, you do have Mag 7 up. Amazon is into the high. Apple is into the high. Microsoft was just there. But yeah, this is even bringing down software. Software might even go negative. Again, software is up like, what, 1.9? So software might go negative. And you already had chips down 3 or 4. Yeah, 3.2. 7:45. Are we into yesterday's close? We are. You have now filled the gap. So you're at yesterday's open and yesterday's close all at the same time. The low of yesterday is 742. CLPG. It's all value now, with a little bit less healthcare, but they're still just up there. IBB, Habibi. I think the biotechs, they already had the rotation, and I think today's data. Because TLT lagged, but technically today's data should have been really good for bonds. I think equities, long duration equities, are showing you maybe more of a real bond price, if that makes any sense. Silver and gold. So now, I don't know, is the dollar rocketing up? Not a little bit. Dollar's still down a lot, but I mean, equities here, you're doing the little Mag 7 thing, unfortunately. So NASDAQ is down a lot, but remember I was saying this morning? I was like, dude, you have a lot of room to go down if this does want to drop, but now you have 39 red on the NASDAQ, so there's still a lot, though, unfortunately. But yeah, so you're rotating awkwardly. It's just the sizing. You still have 350 names in the green. So like I'm saying, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft is helping out, but then Tesla down, Nvidia down, and then, you know, that game mixed in now with the Marvels and the SanDisk, you know, those are all down like 7-8% right now, 11% on SanDisk. That's what I was saying this morning too. Korea did bad, so we kind of brushed it off, even though our dollar's down. But yeah, this is just more of an awkward rotation. Not even awkward, it's just big. It's just, you got the big techs getting the money right now, a couple aren't, and then biotechs, healthcare, financial, everyone else is getting it. And then anything with a lot of cushion is kind of giving it up. Biotechs are kind of defensive, but depends on the situation. If anything, it's long duration. We've talked about that concept a lot. So that's why, like, usually when the bond yields go down, the biotechs love it because the long duration. It's like TLT. So that's what I was saying. In a weird way, the healthcare and biotechs, they responded more to the bond data than the bonds did. That's why I said I brought this up like maybe 2 weeks ago, when the biotech started moving after Kevin Warsh. It was like long duration stocks, even real estate stocks. Those are long duration. Those are tied to funding and financing. Those started to go up a decent amount. Good morning, the ESPN of stocks. I got turned into Skip Bayless. BSX. Yeah, SanDisk down 11. Again, Micron down a decent amount, and then SanDisk, or what was the other one? Was Micron down 7? Or was that WDC? No, Micron's down 4. But another one of them was. But yeah, those aren't necessarily your Mag 7 names or your Nvidia, but they're huge, so they have a big effect. From the long term. I can't believe we got Colt's sister a fractional share, bro. I can't believe that worked. Good idea, Legal. Because I was like, that would have sucked having to wait for a month. Or I would have probably turned on margin. Going into Apple, some of it, yeah. Oh, dude. Okay, dude, no one said anything about this. There was a big story in the morning. Where is it? I can't believe people didn't talk about this more. Where is it? Oh, I'll have to find it. I could give you the summary. But, yeah, dude, people are talking. I think it's happening in China. That's why you keep, again, this relates to Apple with the Chinese memory. But, dude, I read this thing this morning on apparently there is a wave in China of people making homemade memory. I shit you not. Chad, we should do it. Let's turn the farm into a sweatshop. But does anybody know how to do this? Because apparently there's people, this is starting to go around, where people are learning how to make homemade memory. Like I'm saying, you're not hearing this wrong. Homemade memory. There is some, I need to find this thing. It hit, my algo picked it up on one of the top stories. But then it faded. I didn't see it after like 6 a.m. But yeah, homemade memory. Yeah. Is this it? Yeah, like DIY RAM. Yes. 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 That's what I'm saying. Isn't that crazy? So again, we've gotten to the point where people are, at least in China, but I'm sure you could find some American. I'm sure PewDiePie is probably already doing this. But yeah, like people are making homemade memory, like do-it-yourself memory. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have memory at home. Why the fuck you want Blackwell? We got memory at home. Fuck you. We'll go make some memory at home. You don't need to go outside to buy memory. Fucking kids. Isn't that high-tech manufacturing where you need robots and shit? That's what I thought. That's what I'm saying. I was pretty surprised when I read that. Trade advisor Navarro, U.S. to lower regulatory burden on fisheries and open up George Bank for scallop fishing. Do any of you know this one? Is there any publicly traded fishing stocks? I say we do it, dude. Chad, let's make our what's it called? Let's make the farm a memory sweatshop. Dog, we could become the Heisenberg of memory. We start cooking up memory. You know what I'm saying? They're like, where'd you get that blue memory from? It's the blue memory. Yeah, you see what I'm saying, bro? We just cook it up. Do it yourself, bro. I'll figure out the recipe. I'll figure out how to do it. I'm sure we can figure out how. And then that's it. We just cook up memory and sell it. The Heisen Lake. New Heisen Lake processor. Not available anywhere, only on the streets. DIYmemory.com. What? DIY memory? What? Just nasty chemicals to have around your home. Hey, man, I drink out of water bottles. I'm pretty sure I'm immune. I think I'm made of microplastics. You know that? Everyone keeps saying, they're like, watch out, you're micro. I'm like, I think I became one level above micro. Like what I'm like I'm a mini plastic, like low key after all everything. That's why I told you I always give up at that stage. Once I got healthy enough in life, I like work out, I'll eat decent, you know, like I'm doing pretty good. But then like there's a level you reach and they're like, do you know what that has in it? Do you know the micron plastic, a micron memory? What? And then I'm like, I can't do that. I can't. Like everything is chemicals. We're all dead already. So yeah, I'm made of plastic. I'm pretty sure at this point. Kroger, Mo, Qualcomm, more staples. From the staples to the software to the chip stocks off the highs. All right, well, PG2. All right, we're coming down. I mean, just see if any rotation gives up. As long as no rotate, I got XBI, but that's not IBB. But yeah, like I'm saying, as long as you don't, if you give up a rotation, then yeah, you'll look a little risk off. But as long as we're above 745 or 740. U.S. offers to unfreeze Iranian funds to open Strait of Hormuz. I think that's your oil pop. Hermy. HRMY 1%. I don't know if there's energy or not. Dude, and Apple, Google's getting candles. Like I'm saying, this is unfortunately. Yeah, this is what the SPY goes through when all the other names move. Just chips, though, honestly, because you still have 350 names in the green. That's a lot. Yeah, and it was 430 or 450, 470 at one point. It was actually kind of insane. Chatter of DRAM big discounts in Japan. It's funny, we've gotten two pieces of news today. You have Anthropic making their own chip that's not NVIDIA, and then that. And now that, like, you're getting these little things. And then remember, South Korea was terrible last night. They got halted to the downside. Marvel, Global Foundries, they're all reacting to that. CoreWeave. So again, they were already dumping. I don't know if it's because of the headline or not, but that's coming into the low. And even got the Iran headline there. Where are we now? So Nasdaq's down 1.3. You're into yesterday's open still. So 742, but like I was saying, 740. That is the, yeah, I don't think we shouldn't end back into the prison of last week, but if we did, I think that'd be bad. Like Nike. I like Nike more than Lulu, but I don't think I'm ready to buy them yet. I was saying that even after the earnings, but I was looking for price, but then it hit a good price and then just ripped. So, but yeah, I mean, I like Nike more than Lulu. Well, yesterday Apple was saying Chinese memory. They want to buy the cheap ones, but I mean, buying Chinese memory from the blacklisted folks is an interesting proposal. But then again, maybe this is all just teasing the next Trump deal that we're going to get with China. Remember, they're going to do another meeting still. U.S. says they started 232 probe into imported anthrite coal. Coal didn't move. CVS, that's going to be, watch if usually CVS 14 highs, that might trigger another round of healthcare. And then Spotify. Actually, that's kind of a weird one. Weren't they on the low earlier? No, I'm tripping. Power play. Well, no, I mean, even then, you've seen it. All this AI stuff. Like, sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, in a couple of hours, everyone might just ignore some of these chips news headlines. But yeah, the play is earnings, you guys. The play is going to be, unfortunately, it's just going to take a couple of weeks to materialize. Again, I don't think today's a real day, which sounds weird, but I do think when we come back next week, after the holiday, then you'll get real volume. We'll have a weekend of headlines as well. But then, yeah, and then before you know it, coming into next week, we are going to open up earnings. You're going to get some companies starting to report, and then, yeah, we'll be good from there. Oh, this spot in Netflix. I never really thought about that. They do look very similar. At least Netflix moved, though. Netflix, man. That thing spent all year going up when the market went down, and then whenever June everybody went down, he was like, nah, I'm done. Financials. Again, Habibi. Yes, bro. This is exactly what I have in mind. Amazon on the high. Dear dog. It's coming 2026. Breaking RAM. Chad, this could be us. That's me. If you guys want to see me. That's me right there holding my RAM. We make a lot of money, dude. We make a lot of money. We should get into the gray market RAM. The Celtics-Philly trade that transpired yesterday, I don't know what happened. All I know is that red card was bullshit. I saw it. That was sad. That was a good game, though. Jersey Mike subs files for IPO. And then, dude. Oh, dude, I don't know if you guys want to hear this. Is it Jersey Mike's? Yeah. Are you ready for this? I don't know if this is fake, you guys. This sounds like the stupidest shit ever. I honestly think this is like... It's borderline blasphemous, now that I really think about it. It's borderline blasphemy. Okay, whoa, why is Google dropping now? Okay, so that's going to add to it because Google is holding up a little bit better, but I thought it was about to rip on some of that move, but now Google's flushing. Uh-oh, hot dog. No, I don't see anything on it. Well, nothing on Google, but watch out. That could have some effect. Oh, and Fiserv. Yes, I am Benny Blanco. I don't know. People have been gassing me up, though, lately. They've been saying I'm the better-looking version of Benny Blanco. And I say, stop. Stop. But then, yeah, I am Benny Blanco. That's exactly how I look like. So I don't know why you guys are so obsessed with seeing my face. But yeah, here's the blasphemy. Are you ready? I don't believe this. I genuinely don't think this is true. Jersey might... Oh, in satisfaction. Okay. That's what it was. Yeah, they listed the headline before you click on it. It says Jersey Mike's overtakes Chick-fil-A as the top U.S. fast food place. But no, in satisfaction in a survey. Okay. That makes sense. I was like, there's no way. I was like, how? I was like, why? There's people saying Jersey Mike's sells more than Chick-fil-A. I'm like, no. But yeah, I guess satisfaction though. They do a lot better. Disregard. Yeah, I think Jersey Mike's customers easy to please. But also too, Chick-fil-A got expensive. Like that's what like when it gets expensive, you feel more scammed, even if it's good. Does that make sense? Because then you're like, what the fuck? I spent so much on it. That's what happened with I had an Airbnb. I had an Airbnb that was like really cheap, and then we raised the prices on it. We remodeled the whole property, and then we made it nicer, and then we doubled up the rent on it, and then it started booking at double the rent. But then that was the first time. I think I had 2 reviews on it, and they rated the value as extremely low, because again, it was still cheaper than most of the other properties, but then you were paying more. But then once you start paying more for something that's supposed to be cheaper, you run the likelihood of feeling like you got less. So I think that's what's happened with Chick-fil-A's expensive, dog. You know, like, bro, I don't know though. Listen, if I go to Chick-fil-A without my girlfriend, wow, economy is so great. You know, I say, wow, golden era, economy booming. I say, what in the gas price? No problem. I feed myself Lord Chicken. Wow, affordable. That's just by myself. And then if I add a drink and then I get my girlfriend, I should become a fucking Michelin star restaurant. And I'm like, what do you mean? How can anybody survive in this economy? $50 for 2 pieces of chicken? This is bullshit, man. Bullshit. $5 for Coca-Cola? No, man. This is bullshit. How can anybody survive in this environment? This is not acceptable. So yeah, it just, I don't know. Chick-fil-A barely works with one person now. But like, you go 2 people, bro, you're gonna spend like $30 to $50. Which again, I mean, I grew up on the era of fucking 99-cent tacos from like fast food, $1 McChicken. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything was like, it's fast food. It's supposed to be ghetto. Supposed to be cheap. It's not supposed to be like, you know what I'm saying? And now it's like sit down restaurant. That fast casual, dog. I know the apps though. That's how they scam you. Because it's the same thing with McDonald's. You know, McDonald's, if you use that fucking app, it's like 30% cheaper. And then if you don't use the app, they just tax you. So yeah, I don't think I have the Chick-fil-A app, now that I think about it. Danny here has a biotech. SYY. Again, long duration now. You're getting some of the real estate stocks. Couple consumer names too. They're not doing too bad. Again, Airbnb got to hit new highs this week and actually close into the high. I'm not against that. I like that. Again, Verizon, AT&T, it's been like that all week. We stopped going down for the last 10, 20 minutes. So that's good. Now PayPal. You had Fiserv. Where's Square, actually? Square came. What about SoFi? No? Okay. I thought we were having a moment. Apple and Oscar. I had ACHC on my list this morning. That's like a lagging healthcare, but they're very expensive on the contracts. Now GSK, Pfizer. I already ripped the Pfizers, but those came down. So I think that was good. The Ford leaps. I think we should take a second to realize that Ford play was awesome. But that being said, I would like another one, but I just don't know. I think there's like a little bit more. So like I think it's came down to the point where the contracts are somewhat cheaper. Which contracts did we have? I think we had the January 27, 12 or 13s, huh? Yeah, but I bought these dirt cheap, dude. No. Which ones did we have? Let me go check. Because that's why I don't think the premiums got knocked off yet. So that's what I'm saying. Even though the stock has came down to like a similar level, we need the what's it called? Let me see. But yeah, if we could get it at a better price. Right, hold on, I'm trying to find this shit. Oh, no. Oh, we were really far out of the money. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, dude. No. I was super far out of the money. Chad, we fucked that play up. Oh, Habibi. Yeah, we got him dirt. And then but we got out very good. I don't know if you realize that. That's why I'm looking back at him kind of a little shocked. So, yeah, I mean, some of them have actually came down. They're not... Again, we bought those plays for 4 cents. So they're still technically up 200, 300%, you know, after coming down. But, yeah... Dude, we were getting $1 for those contracts. Now they're going for 10 cents. That's what I'm telling you. Like it was, that was a great sell. So even though that contract did have a lot of time, but yeah, let's give it a little bit more. I mean, if that could get near the price, that'd be good. But it's not a bad price now if you really believe in the play. I mean, yeah, but like I told you too, on that play, it wasn't really a leap. Even though it felt like we had a lot of time, that was actually under 1 year. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a little bit of time, but like I'm saying, it's gotten down to the point where you could get good reload deals, but you're still paying more than when we paid for it. So that's just up to you. eBay. So see, watch, if biotech stop going up or healthcare, that money might come back. But not bad. Again, SPY briefly went red. NASDAQ still down 0.8. Dow's up by 0.7. And then Russell down 0.3. Yeah, a lot of the biotechs. Some of them are chilling out as we're getting a SPY green. The data center, yeah. That's why we played the Ford. The Ford was, we got the data center news 2 days before. And it delayed reaction, and then it hit hard. We had a bunch. We had weeklies, we had dailies, we had multiple, but then we bought that play earlier. Blue was talking about it. He was bringing up the idea with the GM and Ford and the defense, and I like the idea. So we looked at some of these Fords when they were dirt cheap, and then that was the one that really hit big beyond any of the... Remember, I think we had was it 7,000, 9,000 on Ford on the weeklies that week? But yeah, so they came down. But that play was the data center thing. We were really, really early on it. So that news still exists. It's just going to take time. And then, yeah, after the hype, the pop and lock. It was a good play, bro. Great idea. Great timing, man. That was it. And I think it worked. Again, that even the exit, I'm not disappointed. I'm actually shocked. I didn't want to sell that one, but I said I had to. I had to, you guys. I'm taking them. DOJ probing alleged trades that stung Susquehanna. AT&T 52-week low. Oh, then 7 minutes ago was zero close. We should do a push-up. Actually, I think I know what we're going to do. I think we do a push-up. Then we do a philo. And then we end it. And then we're done. As I was saying, I don't think I was already done in the morning. I just wanted to see I was gonna wake up anyways. I wanted to see the non-farms. I added a little bit more exposure today, but not too crazy. And then yeah, I think I'll give you a little philo bounce and call it a day. All right. So yeah, let's get a push-up in, man. You've been here for 2.5 hours. I don't know how long you're gonna stay. So get your body moving, baby. Just stand up. Get ready for the holiday. The 250. I hope you see 250 years. Okay, I hope you reach your 250th birthday. And if you already think that's hard, imagine if you didn't do a push-up. Imagine if you didn't take care of your body. It'd be even harder. So let's go, baby. Move around. It's a good long-term investment. It's arguably a better long-term investment. You know that? Because what good is the long-term if you can't enjoy it? You know, your health is your wealth. That's what my mom would always tell me. What are you doing? So do you guys want me to tell you what I was going to do? So there was one instance. There was one instance where I wasn't going to show up this morning, but we backed out at the last minute. It's too much work. You want to know what I was going to do today? I was going to go get on a plane, fly to Canada, and I was going to go watch the World Cup game with Switzerland with my girlfriend. But then we both came to the conclusion it's too much work for one day. I'd go for 2 days. But then her dog, that's it. The dog. I was like, I don't want to find a dog sitter. We can't find a dog sitter. I would have had to leave in the morning. I was like, nope. Because I still would have been back to go to the beach. But yeah, I'm probably just going to go to the beach. I like the beach. I like the beach on 4th of July. I like it on 4th of June. I like it on any day. You know, that's it. I'm going to just chill. But I do want to go to a World Cup game. But maybe I'll have to wait next 4 years. We'll see. I'm telling you, bro, I've been watching soccer now. That's it. And then once this ends, I'll never watch it again. The back pain at 250. Well, maybe AI will develop something. Inshallah. Come to Atlanta. Oh, I love Atlanta. You know that? I'm a big fan of Atlanta. Would have came and say hi. No, I wanted to go, bro. I wanted to go. It was a good excuse. No, she wanted to take the dog, but I don't like traveling with this dog. I already had to do it. But yeah, that's it. Maybe Switzerland wins and goes next week. Yeah, but it's still going to be in Vancouver. That's it. I need if there's a Kansas game. Kansas or back in LA. Oh, there it is. Oh, we got it. We got it. The day is complete now. Happy Friday, not Friday. Bradley Fraser, lend the page. Oh, no. My goodness. Peach Nation. It is here. Oh, there you go. Now, Chad, you could all enjoy your weekend in peace. There you go. There, you got your data. You got the news. You got everything, including the peach. I think we're good, dude. Oh, Bradley Rizzo, thank you, brother. America's 250. One day we will celebrate the peach 250. You know that? We celebrate the peach 5-6 years. They don't understand. The early days of the Republic. The early days of Peach Nation. Bradley is coming. Bradley is coming. They don't know. They don't know the history. They don't understand the day in, day out. Oh, my goodness. Well, happy America Day. Happy Peach Day, too, man. Peach Nation. Bradley Frizzle. Man, like that other, he said there's citizens. What did he say? There's citizens, and then there's what? Oh, that's what that reminds me of, the speech. Bradley's more than just a citizen. The peach, brother. Daily. You know that? He rests in infamy, all due to his consistency. They don't understand, bro. They don't I've been trying to tell them. Yeah, citizen versus civilian. Yes. It's amazing. It's amazing. God bless you, Brad. That's it. Now we're good. So do a push-up. I'll go to the bathroom. We'll give it a minute or two. Then we do philo, and then we're done. Yeah, that's it. You have the peach. We have the peach. Score in a Peach Nation. That's it, man. Goldman contributed Trump accounts for eligible children of its employees. Sherwin Williams. All right, I'll BRB. Give me a sec. Follow me on Instagram. Shout out to Peach. Google dimping. Yeah.
I make the contracts free. Every ticker, I just wait my turn. Let them all chase glitter. I just want my bird. Premium in my pocket. Got a plan, not a prayer. If the charts start dropping, I'm already there. I make the contracts free, 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 free. If it runs, I'm smiling. If it fades, I'm cool. 'Cause I'm playing with the house now. That's my golden rule. I make the contracts free, free, free. Oh yeah. Take my profit, let it be, 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 be. Risk and reward in harmony. I'd rather make it free than lose the blessing I receive. Free contracts, that's my therapy. Lock the game, then let it breathe. I make the contracts free. Lock the game, then let it breathe. I make the contracts free. I used to beg for one more move. Now I bless what I approve. If it hits, I thank the sky. If it dips, I still get by. 'Cause I already paid my fee. Turn my stress to peace when I made that contract free. I make the contracts free, 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 free. Take my profit, let it be, 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 be. Risk and reward in harmony. I'd rather make it free than lose the blessing I receive. Free contracts, that's my therapy. Lock the game, then let it breathe.
I make the contracts free, 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 free.
I make the contracts free, 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 free.
Free. Small slides on the entry. Big dreams in my mind. Oh, Chattadonia. You got a little back and forth there on that rotation. Just, again, little bit of reminiscence of June. Again, what happens when these names go back and forth and then leave you in the middle? Again, Google starting to dump, that kind of affected it. You already had NVIDIA down. And then, yeah, it's just still not too crazy. I know any sort of downside brings out the animal spirits, but yeah, I still don't think this is a real day. It's funny saying it. What is this? German government to purchase 4 Meko warships from TKMS? We got Boa and Airbnb too? I don't know what's happening. But more healthcare. That is not stopped. Big dreams in my mind. Tesla stopped going down. So not too bad, Chattadoon. Good morning. It's still very early. 16 million. That's pretty low. We're almost at hour number 3, or I guess 2 hours and 10, 20 minutes. But yeah, 8 million an hour. Nothing, brother. Nothing. Yeah, the slick chart. You could do it on ThinkOrSwim too. I even did this yesterday. You know what I looked at? So again, even if you don't want to use slick charts, you could pull up the watch list on ThinkOrSwim, set it to S&P 500, customize, type PCT, go to the bottom, PCT year-to-date change, and then you could even add yield if you want a dividend, and then boom, now you can organize it. But you know what I did yesterday? Look what else you could do, you guys. It's very simple. I was looking at names that were down, but then I said, let's switch it to the NASDAQ 100. So you could also see what's down on the NASDAQ, and then you could also see what pays a yield. So like literally the high, did you guys know KHC is on the NASDAQ? I think that's hilarious. NASDAQ 100 has Kraft Heinz, but that's your highest yielding name on the NASDAQ. Then Comcast, they're down 17% and they have a 5.7% yield. And then anything after that, pay X. But then they all start to get low yield or they're up a lot. Ta-da, Starbucks. Again, we're actually moving down. Hot dog. And then Bill on the high, not the Bill you're thinking of. And then Kimberly. All right, we'll see if we go lower and see where this ends. The KMB supremacy. Dude, I'm down. I love it, bro. I love it. All right. I want to just see if it breaks the low or not. It might break it. Watch if you get a little VIX movement too. That could even give it away. But yeah, we'll begin Philo here in a little bit. I just want to see how it's going to play at the low before we attempt to save the market. The August calls on Kimberly. Unfortunately, I've played Kimberly a couple of times. We've had decent success, but that option chain is terrible, unfortunately. Kimberly, like, and also too, like, you guys will notice, like, a lot of these like value stocks, especially with dividends, they're not really good earning or options plays. They just move so slow. So again, I mean, I played an option on Kimberly. We hit 100%, and then the remaining ones never really did anything. But yeah, like, it just doesn't move. So I don't know how they played with that little pop recently, but yeah, that one was just pure long term. But I'm glad it worked up. It worked out very well. That's a great long. I'm telling you, it's not too often. That's what happened last time with Kimberly. That's why I'm kind of mad at it. Because last time we did this with Kimberly, same exact thing. We bought it, went up, went down, and then it ripped. And then everybody wanted it when it was up here, though. But that's the problem. That's why I'm saying, like, this is a very surprising, outsized move in 2 weeks. It's not too often, or I guess a month now, but it's not too often you buy a stock and then especially a slow-moving ex-dividend value play, and then it goes up over, I think, 15% since this all was happening. So, yeah, that's why it's like that's a great one. But I like how it works out with the portfolio. But we'll see. Maybe we get another one. It went 270 to 10. That's amazing. Yeah, you got a good one then. I'm telling you, I've never hit on Kimberly's like that. A new client, you get $3,500 a month straight to the long term. Good. And now too, but make sure that, like, this is what I was saying, because once the money goes in the long term, it's not coming out. So this is how you could even think about your business and your savings. What you want to put, although we want to put as much money as possible into the long term, I don't want money that's going to get pulled out. So, like, if you just got like a bonus or like a new client and you're like, wow, I could increase my savings, that's good. But my question for you is that going to be consistent? That's what I care. That's how the long term is going to go buku. If whatever you put in that's consistent, and then is that money coming out? So if you could say, yeah, that's consistent, and no, that money's not coming out, then fuck yeah. That's what but otherwise, if you get, let's say you get a new client, $3,500, and maybe you're not going to be able to commit $3,500 a month for the next 10 years, right? Like I said, consistent, or maybe you're like, oh, I need that money. That's fine. Do $350. Do 10% of it, and make sure that $350 gets in there for the next 10 years. You'll be better off than going big, stopping, changing the amounts. Do you guys get what I'm saying? That's the process we're trying to teach here. That's the thing we're trying to go over, is this slow. That's why I keep telling people 6-12 months, your first long term, you're not even going to see anything. But the whole thing, but then you really start to see stuff if you follow these rules. Because again, consistency, that little drip, 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 drop, that's going to turn into a fucking river, a big flow. It's going to all add up, because again, it's something we could consistently and reliably keep adding, and then it's not coming out. That's how we get real growth. So yeah, as long as I think good job too. Good job on the client. And like I'm saying, it's exciting, and I know you want to put a lot of money in the long term, but just think about what I'm saying. I want as much money as possible for all of you in that long term. But I don't want it to come in inconsistent bursts. I think a little amount that you could commit to for 10 years, it will do better than the gigantic bursts of money. McDonald's, CHD, CLRO, and banks selling off. Yeah, this is Vanny, dude. So this is the one merging. That's why I was gonna play it earlier, but I was like, oh, if we already have Vanny, then no need. But I guess not. Again, McDonald's running out of nowhere. Spy's still near the low. Crowd, they're just going to split the stock. So if you have one share, it's expensive. One share will turn to 10 shares or 5 or whatever amount they're doing. But the value will stay the same. Just a normal stock split. MO goated. I know. Well, we'll see. I look forward to where Kimberly will be in a couple of years. You didn't get 10% off Kimberly, but 5% yield. I'm not against it. Not again. But then I'm glad that we got to build. That's what I'm saying. Even that last deposit, because we already had a good amount of Kimberly, but to make sure that we got to stack up at a great time, a great price, it just, yeah, I like the size. I like the size, and I like the company and what we bought. Our prices, everything, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's just like, it's big. It's not, so this is now doing good work in our portfolio. And that's what I'm saying. Wherever, a couple years from now, if this really does become really successful, it'll be nice to have good size behind that, and then good dividend and good drip, good everything. So God willing, my friends. But yeah, it's not our only play. We got a lot in that long term. I know, MO, you got a crazy yield. You should have, if you count, I guess, the gain, but yeah, you because the stock's up like 60, you've gotten, I think, well over 30%. You should, maybe even more, depending on when you bought it. But we scaled up on that one later. See, that one, MO, I didn't have a lot in the beginning. I kept buying it for years, but thankfully we went big on it right at the 9% yield too. But yeah, so it's like, that returned a good one. That's why I'm hoping Kimberly could be one of those. That's, like I'm saying, we get a good enough price, good enough size, and thankfully we started with size. Get the reinvestment, that thing grows. I mean, at the very least, you'll get back 5% a year. But yeah, I would love to see some of this stock going back to what it was. Life is expensive. Yeah. Well, like I'm saying, just think about do what I said. Right? Take that extra money you're getting and figure out an amount that you could confidently and consistently do with zero chance of ever coming out of that account. And if you could do that, you'll be great. I'm not trying to encourage I don't want you to have money and not invest it. But like I'm saying, the key with the long term is that consistency. Kenview and Kimberly. Oracle. Why is it moving like it's bankrupt? Well, what if I told you that situation never changed? Or? So this might sound familiar to you. You could thank one of your fellow Chads. FDS, FactSet. They just had 2 AI deals, but yeah. That's an interesting one. All right. Credit. But yeah, you could thank Mr. Mosby. Because Mr. Mosby would ask me about this and I would answer him. Do any of you guys remember when Oracle was at $250 a couple weeks ago? Mr. Mosby asked me about the credit default swaps. Does that sound familiar to you guys? Important stuff. Yes, Mosby. You remember that? You remember you were asking me that? The stock was ripping, and you're like, hey, did that credit default swap improve? And then I remember I looked, and I was like, you know what? Surprisingly, it did not. So in the last 3 months, again, we bought this stock with people worried about Oracle's credit. That's what brought it down with the OpenAI, the circular financing, all of it. And then the stock ripped. This is where everybody wanted to buy it. But then it came down. But even when the stock ripped back to 250, I was talking about it about a month ago, the credit defaults never improved. You guys realize that? So literally, the credit default, it got a little bit better, but it's pretty much what you were seeing all year. And then the 5-year is practically the same. So in that last quarter of Oracle moving up 100, down 100, on the way up $100, the credit default swap did not change. So how the market, or at least the fixed income side of the market, was looking at Oracle, they said it literally has not changed. Nothing, that price movement, the access to the equity, none of it changed the risk of Oracle. Isn't that funny? So yeah, that's what I was telling you. It was that's why I'm like saying you could have, even though we got good price movement, it's not like you had it's not like something materially changed. Even just because the stock price moved up, it got them out of pressure. But yeah, that it looked like they got out of pressure, but they really didn't. That pressure never left. The same thing that got us the entry at 130, you know, the distressed and all of that other stuff. Even though the stock goes up $100, that didn't change. It actually got worse or stayed the same. Into it. So yeah, that's the thing. You said, should I only invest in stocks you have when they're below your cost average? Well, remember, you could also invest in things that I do not invest in. I'm just giving you guys a model so that you could, you know, kind of like it's like bowling with the bumpers, you know, at least you could kind of have an idea of how to build a portfolio. But if you are going to buy what I buy, I say you should not buy more than what I paid for. I don't think that's a good way to not like what we're doing. That's a good way to get mad in bad positions. Ask anybody who buys what I buy cheaper. They love me. I don't know if you guys know that. Like, they love me and I love them. It's a very, you know, it's a symbiotic relationship. But I'm telling you, the people who know, who, like I'm saying, just go look at all the picks, go look at when I buy them, go look at the charts, go look. You have all of the data. All of this is done live. You guys could all see all of them, you know. But it's just like, yeah, the people who just are getting it same price, but especially lower, they're having a really good time. They like the info and they like the build out. The people who are impatient and buy above, they're gonna think this is bullshit. You guys don't think that's funny? Like, Oracle is a great example, because if you listen to me on Oracle, you're like, yo, this guy's a fucking genius. Literally, even if we're down on it right now, I'm down on Oracle, you would still think I'm a genius. Why? Because you saw it go up $100 after we bought it, right? And then you started seeing people do it again. If you waited and even got it cheaper, by the time we were up 50%. Think about it. You bought lower, you were up 75%. Even if you got the same one, you're up 50%. That's awesome in 3 months, right? On a big name, wow. That's if you followed the whole don't buy it when it's high. So you think about it now. My next long-term play, bro, you're locked in. You're paying attention. You've seen it. You realize it now. You're like, wow, okay, boom. You buy anything cheap on it, you're loving it. Now ask the guy who didn't listen. The guy last month who bought in at 220, he thought he'd made a good move when it went to 250. Guess what? Now he's down 30%. And now what do you think he thinks about this stream in the long term? He's like, oh, you guys just get lucky. This is bullshit. What's the point of, why would I save for 10 years to be down 30%? I just bought, you see what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's you're going to have a completely different experience, both with me and with how much money you make and how you view the stock market. So that's what I believe. But one counter example, that's why I say you should buy what I'm down on. You shouldn't buy it when I go up. But like an example would have been Intuit today. Because like my sister, she wasn't able to get it because of her budget. So I looked today, it's like $1 above, $1 below where I bought it. We're talking a very negligible difference. If it's within like 0.5, 1%, fine. I mean, you get what I'm saying? We're not talking a big difference. I'd be okay with that. You could justify it. Although I would want to say don't buy what I'm up on. Like I'm saying is like if you missed it a month later, like my sister, it's around the same price, give or take. Okay, you want that exposure, take it. But you should have a strict discipline on not buying above, because I don't know, you guys. It's so weird to me personally. It's like my personal, like how I think, how I operate. I don't know if it's the Netanyahu inside of me. I'm too cheap, brother. I can't see something that I saw a week ago at a lower price and then watch it go up and then want to buy it for more. I hate it. With an option or a gamble, I could do it. But when it comes to my long-term investments, I simply cannot do it. I hate it. I don't know how I could look at something, again, like I'm saying with like Oracle or even Kimberly's probably a better example right now. Because like I'm telling you, if you had 3 months between $95 and $98, right? 3 months. That's 90 days. Every day. You want this price? No. 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 98? No. 95? No. 94? No. 98.50? No. 100? No. 92? No. 96? No. 95? No. 98? No. 97? No. 90 days in a row, you said no to this price. And then on day 95, it goes to 105, and now you're like, yes. Right? Day 15, it goes up to 110. And then you're like, yes, I want it now. Does that make sense? I can't do that. That's so uncomfortable to me. Because I'm like, if I didn't want it here at this price the whole time, why would I want it here? And that's what I'm saying. That's what you got to avoid. Unfortunately, it sucks because one of these days you're going to be like, oh, just like Intel, right? Isn't it cool how you guys have all of these live examples? These are all real. These are all shit we've done, just like Intel. I'm like, yeah, maybe you don't want to buy it $100. But guess what? You buy it 100, boom, you just made 40%. Still up 20. Maybe it works for a little. That's where your FOMO, that's how you build FOMO. Because shit like that's going to happen, and then you're going to be like, no, let me chase. But I'm telling you, 99 times out of 100, you're going to be better off not buying the one that's straight up. And that's why if you buy it when it was cheap, if it's in a short time frame and moved a lot, you want to be on the lower end of that price. You don't want to be paying dramatically more for something that didn't move in price. Or again, you could have got it a lot cheaper, but now you're insisting on paying more. And like I showed you, even with Oracle, a stock could move up $100 and it won't even change the fundamental value or risk of that company. Do you get what I'm saying? So you're buying Kimberly at 115. It's the same exact Kimberly at 95. You were just got emotional and now you want it at the higher price. So yeah, bro, like I'm telling you, if you could be strict with the discipline of not buying what I'm up on, I think you may discover how valuable I truly am. But if not, you may be blinded to the value and money-making opportunity that we've been doing here for half a decade, if not longer. Because that's what I'm telling you it is, bro. It's just like the news yesterday. People will hear my news, and they'll be like, this is bullshit. People pay for this. Go ask a guy who wakes up at 4 or 5 in the morning and listens to it with me. If you understand the value, he's making a lot on it. And like I'm saying, for even the long term, what I'm doing here, if you understand how to use it, you're gonna get so much more value. You're gonna realize the value of what you are listening to right now. But like I'm telling you, if you're the guy on the fucking computer is telling you don't buy it here, don't pay that much, pay $140, not $240. You're like, fuck that, I'm gonna pay $240. you're not going to get the value out of this. There's no value in this stream. I'm telling you. But then the guy there, he's like, we got 30% here, 40% here, throwing a couple thousand percenters. But even with the long term, I mean, again, you got a crazy outperformance. But it's that outperformance depends on when you get in. The guy who bought Intel at 20 has a whole different story than the guy at 100. So you get what I'm saying? That's why I just be okay with missing the ones that run, but at the same time, do not be okay with overpaying, especially when the price just moved. That's just reverse it. You know, be more crazy about getting it at a price that didn't rapidly change and is higher, rather than, you know, kind of needing it to occur either quickly or happen in just a way that you want it to. But again, this leads all the way into the time philo as well too. Trump admin and Anthropic have not discussed government taking stakes. Sources familiar with the matter say. Oh, Fiserv again. OMC. I'm interested in 10 years minimum. Everything is done in tens. 10%, 10 years minimum. Give me 10 100Ks, I got $1 million. Give me 10 10Ks, I got 100,000. Give me 10 1Ks, I got 10,000. Give me 10 100s, I got 1,000. You see it? Everything's 10. Let me give you a quick little philo. If you could count to 10, you could count to 1 million. You know that, right? The whole entire number system till infinity is based off of 10. You should start taking 10% seriously. You could build anything with tens. Ten push-ups. Indeed. You didn't miss anything. We're just doing the whole Mag 7 chips move around big size. We got 300-400 other names all kind of moving. Things are doing decent. But yeah, just the bigger cap names and then how it kind of reflects back to the S&P. Whirlpool, you wait until there's a material shift in management. It's a good company, dude. I like it. Believe me. But it's the people in charge. That's why, again, the number one shareholder is the one who's been saying this, David Tepper, and I agree with him wholeheartedly. That would be... Whirlpool reminds me of like a pack of Eskimos, right? Whirlpool is like a company of Eskimos. And these Eskimos, they build igloos, right? And then what happened is the world enters an ice age. And everybody now needs igloos. But for some reason, the Eskimos at Whirlpool, they're like, oh, we're struggling to find ice. Oh, actually, since the Great Ice Age, we're actually not making as much money on our igloos. Actually, the Ice Age has made our igloo business extremely difficult. I'm like, how? What kind of fucking Eskimos can't sell an igloo in a snowstorm? So yeah, that's why I really think Whirlpool is just, it's a ridiculous situation. It truly, like, it makes no sense. They should be killing it in this environment. They have everything in their favor for the environment, and then they're pulling the other card. They're saying, no, the environment's hurting us. but it literally should not be. It should actually only be helping them, and it's just a bunch of old boomers who have been compensated well above their worth for the last couple of decades, so they're not really incentivized to do anything. But that's why I think David Tepper put a couple billion on it to try to unlock this. But because I'm telling you, that company has a shit ton of value. It's valued dog shit. You're telling me $1 billion for less than $1 billion for Whirlpool. That's not a lot, and we're talking a very physical product, which you could argue might have some more importance here in the future. Where is, yeah, 2.6 billion. But yeah, they got like 5 billion in debt though, because the enterprise value is 7. Yeah, no, 6 billion in debt. So yeah, they're even worse than Redfin. Redfin was half debt when we bought it. You guys remember that? We got Redfin at $3, but Redfin was half if not more debt. We bought Redfin at $1 billion valuation, and then I think they had $2 billion in debt at the time, and then they paid down the debt. Then they got bought out. Oh, Microsoft and Amazon. I don't know if it's undervalued. I don't know, man. It's another philo. This just goes to show that if you have the wrong people on board, it does not matter what you have. That's what I'm saying. I don't even think it's undervalued. If you have, just like Pat the Rat. That's what I'm saying, bro. You guys don't think it's weird? I think you need to fire half of the people at Intel still. Bro, I think Intel will go to 1,000 if you could get rid of those dinosaurs. You know that? Look at what happened when you got rid of Pat. You got rid of Pat and 2 or 3 of those Seattle motherfuckers. And look at the fuck happened to that stock. Howard Hughes. But yeah, it's like, so I'm telling you, that team at Whirlpool is just terrible. If you could replace them, then we're talking undervalued. Then we're looking at assets. I think Whirlpool has intrinsic value. But if you have a fucking terrorist at the helm, I wouldn't call it undervalued, if that makes sense. You can't get the value if that's in the way. That's what I'm saying. There's no value if those guys are the ones managing it. There's no value to extract. That's what I'm saying. You could have certain things. There's certain brands, businesses. If the wrong person's running it, it's like that would have been valuable, but that person has no idea what to do with it. Charter, I don't really like the comms as much. If anything, Comcast is down, and Comcast pays a yield, and they just had that split stuff. That's if you wanted to venture into comms. I think Comcast would be the most attractive right now. Alrighty. Well, Chad, the market's being stubborn, oil's up. Near the lows. Everything red except the Dow. But I think we do philo. Chatadonia. Why is Equifax running? Save the market. Again, there's more healthcare rotations. Again, you're getting a couple of like financials too. Processors, fintech, credit cards, all of the above. Yeah, low ticker's almost maxed out though. You're going in the low. ISRG now. Excuse me. Alrighty. Oh, Humana? What? That's weird. Ah, you got some healthcare coming down, dude. I don't, like I said, it's not good. Unity volume down on something from Meta. Unity likes to die on these, but like it doesn't really die. The little cockroach. You think OpenAI giving 5% to Trump means they want to IPO soon? No. You guys want the tinfoil? I have the tinfoil on Sam being so willing to give 5% to the government. Oh, I have great tinfoil on it, actually. Would you guys like that before Philo? Okay, I'll give you the tinfoil. So if you didn't hear the news this morning, apparently Sam Altman had a talk with the president about giving 5% of OpenAI to the government. And then they also suggested that they would do it only if every other AI company had to do it. So that's the tin. Homeboy's trying to race to the bottom. I think OpenAI, he wants to be the one to give up the equity and then force the other companies to give up equity because they may not be able to do it as easily as he can. Does that make sense? So he's trying to race to the bottom, get into the door, and then that way it creates a more challenging environment. Long story short, if Anthropic doesn't have enough equity to give out, or they have to change a lot and then take all the other companies, it would pretty much pose a challenge for all of the other AI companies, and it would make them harder to enter, or it would actually set them back. No, the government bailout, that's the easy tin, but I think he's just trying to raise the barrier to entry for AI. Does that make sense? Because now if you want to be an AI company, not only do you need billions of dollars, not only do you need to build all the energy, but now you also got to pay Caesar 5%. Ta-da! You get it? So now, if it was already hard to get into or hard to advance, on top of it, now there's a 5% of your entire company tax. So that's why I think he wants it. I think it limits his competition. Okay, spy near the low. And Apple. All right. Tell me why. All right, Chad, get ready. Apple ripperooning. Take your 4,000% if you haven't already. And save Sentinel. I said it was Sentinel. Those Sentinel plays were green in the morning. I said, since they had so much time, you either pushed them or you took the money. It's up to you. So let's get into philo and the end of the day.
Jesus. Praise God. Amen, amen. It's a cult, baby. Aye. Yeah. If we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there, I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear, no fear. Oh dear, who you try to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting. Nah. It's done. Daddy said it's finished. Made me in his image, but that always made me timid. Wonder why we different, don't you ever get it twisted. It's the only way we get it, set apart from the start. And the heart isn't ours. It's a hippie with the love, but it's David with the sword. I want peace, so that means you gon' kill me if it's war. Nietzsche, Trotsky, can't beach on the ark. Want it easy or hard, want a genie or a god. Then believe me, lil' bro, you a child, you a son of the highest in the bud. Don't deny it, we don't like it when they tell us who we are. I can tell you who I was, I can tell you who he is. I can make another song that's telling y'all about the crib. But for a second, keep it real, it's not the reason they will kill. It's the freedom in believing they want death to bring the will. But I'd rather have it now, and I ain't never backing down. Lion gonna eat me or turn his ass around. Either way, I will remain up in his name and say it proud. Here, let's say it now. Jesus. I put Jesus on the beat so I can listen to it. I got reason to believe that we living in it. You could say it's one hell of a decision in it. Ayy, if we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there, I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear, no fear. Oh dear, who you try to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting. Amen.
Amen. Woo! Woo! Cheradonia. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and gals, it is time for philo. So, I might as well tell you goodbye, okay? Because when this philo is over, I am going to leave and end the stream. So I hope you have a great holiday. And like I said this morning, man, this country is awesome, dude. You know that? Don't take it for granted. And for real, man, like there's no Pledge of Allegiance. There's no whatever you think it is, man. Just straight up, no gimmick, man. Just thank you. And all of you who have served, bro, and everybody has given so much to this country in many ways. And like I'm saying, I gotta be real about it. And some people have given up way more than others. Now, that's what makes this country so beautiful, because if it was based on what we contributed to it, then yeah, a lot of us probably wouldn't have anything, myself included. And that's why I'm saying you should really, I don't know, man, don't ever take it for granted. And that's why too, bro, I like the 4th of July a lot. You guys always ask me my birthday. I don't tell anybody my birthday. I don't really like birthdays. You know that? I'm not really a birthday celebrator. Every day is my birthday. Every day is Christmas. It really is, man. It's a blessing to be alive. I'm telling you, bro. Life, getting to learn stuff, getting to see it all. But July 4th is very special to me. I'm telling you. I thought about it every time. I even thought about it this morning. You know, I still woke up early. I like that. Again, today just doesn't feel like a real day. But that's why I was chill in the morning. I had a really good prayer in the morning, and I could vividly, you guys know my memory. I got a pretty good memory, and I can vividly remember this day so well. It's so trippy to me, and it's humbling, And I praise God, bro. And all is God, bro. You know that forever and ever and ever. I think the verse of the day said something like that, bro. You know, and I don't know. I may not even know the answers to everything. Got a lot of things wrong in life, dog. But I know forever and ever, I will be with the Lord. He will be with me. And I hope all of you could say the same. And I don't even think you need a hope for it. You can. And that's what I'm telling you, is that, long story short, July 4th, the day that I vividly remember, I was a kid. We were at the beach. I was probably like 6 years old, maybe. And I remember my mom. I was conscious. I could remember it. I'm talking with my mom. And I remember my mom. We had the discussion. And she talked to me, because I was old enough, about letting Jesus into my heart. And it was, I was still young. And I was still doing it because my parents, you know what I'm saying? I've told you, even when I was in college, that's when I really did it without anybody telling me. But yeah, I'll just never forget. My mom, we were sitting there eating them Arab shrimps on the grill. And she told me, and she said, "You want Jesus? You want to live? You want to live with Jesus and God?" I said, "Yep." And then she made me do the prayer. The forgive me for my sins. I allow you into my heart. All of that. And then I remember when I was done, and then my mom looks me in the eye, and she says, "Okay, this is your new birthday." And I said, "What?" She said, "Yeah, you're born again. This is your new birthday, July 4th. And I said, "Whoa." So yeah, I don't know. I love this country. I love America. I'm telling you, my life would be so different if my parents never came here. And then above all else, dude, freedom. And freedom, I do think the physical freedom in this world is great, but I think there's more. And that's why the true freedom, the true creation. It's kind of how I view money. Money's cool. Money's important. Money could create. Money is a creating force. But there's something bigger. there's only one thing bigger. Same goes, man. And yeah. So very special day. And happy birthday to all of you. And I don't know, man. I hope some of you have a unique opportunity right now. You know that? Some of you I'm not talking to everybody. I think some of you who have been, I don't know. I feel like the last couple days, the last couple weeks, the last couple months, some of you have gotten really locked in. And that's what I'm saying. I think Philo's had an impact on you. I think some of you're locked in a way where I don't think you're fully locked in yet, but you're seeing things. And I think some of you are getting pulled at. I think some of you, life, listening to me mixed in with life, I think it's pulling at you to want to fucking do something. And do something great. And now I think some of you are, I don't know, I feel it. Some of you have reached out to me. And I feel like some of you are, it's pulling at you too, dog. And I know what it is. And I know, and you're like, I've went through that. I know exactly. Again, I was a kid. I did it at a different level. At other times in my life, I was like, bro, I got to start doing it. I got to start, let's put down the other stuff. Let's put down the stuff that's not helping us. Let's put down the games. Let's put down the fun. Let's put down anything that don't advance. And then it's time to fucking go. You know what I'm saying? There's a time where I stopped eating everything and stopped sitting at home, and I got my ass to the gym. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm telling y'all, is that, the beauty of this is we're about to start a second half of this year. And that's what I'm saying, man. If y'all really got that pull and you hear something in your spirit, your mind is giving you this idea of let's go. Let's get on the right track. Let's try it. Why not? Why should I get on the right track? Why not? And that's what I'm saying, bro. Be reborn. Okay? This is your time. And that's why I'm saying, coming into July 4th, I hope you take the unique opportunity I had as a child. You just, for real, bro. And I think you should let something into your heart and operate off of it for the next 6 months at minimum, and try and see. And that's what I'm saying. Let's use this, refresh, have a blessed weekend, man. Have good health, have everything, enjoy it, and let's get back. Let's get into July till January, bro. With on the path, with a decision, with direction, no drifting. You know what I'm saying, man? With a little bit of faith, with a little bit of lack of timidness. You know, all these things that we've been talking about. And that's what I'm saying. If you know what I'm talking about and listen, I think you know what I'm saying. So, telling you, bro. And when are you going to do it, man? You know, if you're not going to do it now, you ain't going to want to do it for the next half of the year. You're not going to do it after hearing and watching all these different things. Like, come on, when are you going to do it then? Don't build up the resistance to not make a move right now. I'm telling you, I would give into it. I would do the prayer. Whether you want to allow Jesus into your heart, at least allow discipline, at least allow believing in yourself. Man, at the very least, I think what some of y'all could do, for real, maybe if you just love yourself as much as the Lord Jesus Christ loves you. And I know that's weird to say, and some people don't get it, but that's what I believe. And that's what I'm saying. I believe if you believed in yourself, if only you knew what your Father believed in you, dog. And yeah, that's all I'm saying is, why not believe that? And try, baby. And try. So yeah. That's the first part. That's not even the real philo. I was just letting y'all know. You know, it's a good day, good week. I'm excited for it. Maybe happy. I could say happy birthday to all of you. You know what I mean? Maybe July 4th will become a birthday for all of you, where you say, you know, we are gonna kill the old and bring in the new. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the first part. Not what I wanted to talk to you about today. But like I said, the stream is ending when I'm done. So you have a good weekend, and I love you. Okay? And make sure you guys are safe and don't blow up your hands. Don't drink and drive. Again, Uber is cheaper than your entire long term. So, and then if you have Uber, it helps your stock too. So you don't need to do any of that. Okay? But that being said, I'll give you one part of it. And then I'll end it with the main one. But let me also remind you of something. I think this one's beautiful, actually. It's that, my friend, none of us are perfect. I hope you realize that you'll never be perfect. You never are perfect. Then why would we try so hard? Why not? The cross, baby. But yeah, you got to realize this. Because we're talking emotions, anger, all of that. And I don't know. I hope this helps some of you get less angry. You might get less angry. You might be less emotional. Stop letting the news and other things throw you off, dude. It's not even real. But when you realize that we are all sinners, you know the Bible says that, and people get hella mad about it. Heaven mad about it. They're like, don't call me that, but no. Let's be real. We are all sinners. We just chose different ones. Y'all don't feel. That's the problem. Do you not see the funniness of humans? We are all so imperfect. We are all sinners. My guy, we are all sinners. We just chose different ones. That's it. You're like, oh, I'd never be greedy like that guy, but you're a thief. You're like, I would never be a thief like that guy, but you're lustful. I would never be lustful like that guy, but you're lazy. You see, go down the list. You're not lazy, then what? You don't care about your body. You go pick whatever you want. But you don't see what we do. You don't see the hierarchy. So as long as I think my sin is better than yours, then I got something to say. Then I could look down. And then if your sin is better than mine, then I'm like, oh man, I fell short. No, dude, all of us. The best of you, the worst of you. That's it. We all got it. And that's why I said, understand your nature. Understand who you are as a human. And then stop getting so caught up in, like, think about it. Can I be real with you? How many of you have been caught up in some sort of emotion based on whatever sin somebody else chose? Think about it. Why did it bother you so much? Why is that noise getting into you? Getting into your ear, your mind, your eye? How are you letting that happen? Think about it. Makes a lot of sense. We're all sinners. We just chose different ones. So don't forget that. That's why he says, he without sin throw the first stone. So he's like, I'm not following. So you doing wrong, but you think because you didn't do that wrong, you're not wrong because that guy did wrong. It doesn't make any sense. So keep this in mind. I think there's another thing you need to keep in mind too, actually. Because I was saying freedom and 4th of July and all of this, man, everything we've been going over. And I've noticed this part too. Some of you are going to have to get used to this. Do you want freedom? How many of you really want freedom? Like, actually. Do any of you think you want freedom as much as I do? I don't know if you understand how much I want freedom and how much I love it. Do you really want it? Like, actually. Straight up. Sign on the dotted line. It's yours. Would you take it? Would you take it today? Is it coming home with you? Well, that's your choice to make. But I will tell you this. There's something about freedom we don't talk about enough. There's a part of freedom that you must get ready for. Then you want to know what it is? Feedback. What I'm trying to tell you is very simple, but very difficult. Freedom and true freedom, it does not give you the same feedback as limitation. Let me say that again, and I want you to think about it. Freedom and true freedom, it does not give you the same feedback as limitations. Chadadonia. Think about it. I think this is why some of you love your limitations. Do you get it? No. Feedback. This is why some people love self-sabotaging in their limitations. You know why? Because if I tell you you can't do that, you can't go there, that's feedback. You like knowing the response, right? You like knowing, am I on the right track? Am I doing good? Is this going to work? Because think about it. You run into a limit. The limit is the feedback. If you are limited, you're getting a lot of feedback from things. Why? Because you have limits on you. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. Oh, if I go here, this is going to happen. If I do this, this is going to... I'm limited. Oh, but my brother, when you're free, that's something you don't really think about. This happens when you're truly free, but nobody tells you about this before you get into freedom. Is that, my brother, when you have real freedom, the feedback drops substantially. No one's going to tell you if you're doing right or wrong. You're truly free, how will you know? Think about it. You're not hearing God talk to you at every time. You're already with God. What are you talking about? Think about it. Some of y'all, bro, guess what? Trading. You want to be free? You want pure freedom in trading, right? Guess what? There's going to be minimal feedback. You want to truly be free, minimal feedback. That means feedback from Josh, feedback from everybody. Think about it. That's what is going to happen. If you ever found your own lane and did very good in trading, think about it. Nothing's going to give you feedback until you succeed. That's it. And then even after you succeed, what is going to be there to give you feedback? How will you think about it? In the beginning, all you want is money. The money gave you feedback. Now what happens when all the money looks the same? Now you already have money. It don't hit the same. Now where's the feedback coming from? Exactly. You're right. Yourself. You have you and God. And if you don't strengthen that now, if you do not get used to operating with minimal free feedback, what's going to happen when you become free? You want freedom, you must get ready to handle it. How do you handle freedom? You need to be able to operate and move forward with limited feedback. Nice order of operations, huh? So that's what's going to happen. You ever reach a level of true freedom, that's going to be a moment in your life with less feedback, depending on what you're doing. The question is, will you be able to actually go forward with minimal feedback? This is going to be one of those traits you need to develop. So, for those of you who said you really want freedom, it's time to start thinking about this. Time to start thinking about being able to move without feedback. Being able to do the right thing without feedback. Stick to the plan without feedback. See what I'm saying? Think about it. Should I buy this stock? I think down the line, some of you are going to know. Down the line, some of you are going to still want feedback. Think about it. So now, I'm going to end it with the final thing. Okay? And this one is just a proverb. But it's not a Bible proverb, believe it or not. This is a Chinese proverb. Let me see if I could find it. Oh, is this it? Okay. So I'm going to tell you this proverb. And then you enjoy the rest of your holiday, okay? It sucks. I don't want to throw too much at you. Because I'm going to give you the proverb, and then I'm going to end it with the song. And then the stream ends. But I do want you to think about this proverb. It sucks because I talk so much, and I really want to explain it. And go really deep into it. But I think it'd be best if I just tell you it. And let you spend the next 4 days pondering, which may be good for you. Which may be good for you. Well, because of the holiday, I wasn't even going to show up this morning, but we got the data. Again, today is it's not even a real day. That's why we're doing what we're doing, I think. So here it is. Are you ready? Maybe we could use me as the example. Imagine you're hanging out with me. Imagine I see you every day. And every day, every time I see you, I walk up to you and I punch you in the stomach. So every day for 30 days, every time I see you, I punch you in the stomach. What would you start thinking by day 20? Imagine day 20. You come to the farm right when I see you, I just gut shot you. Next day, gut shot. Next day, gut shot. We're 3 weeks into this. What's your first thought when you see me? I haven't punched you yet. Week number 3, I see you. What's your first thought? What do you think I'm going to do? You would be flexed. He's like, oh, shit. He's aggressive. You guard your stomach. Okay. So you assume I'm going to punch you, huh? Right? Every day by week number 3. You're assuming it. Okay. Cool. So yeah. Here's the proverb, my friends. If a man punches you every day for 30 days, and then on the 31st day he stopped, you would thank him. Right? So if I punched you every day for a month, and then day 31 came around and I see you, and then I didn't punch you, you would say thank you. Say, wow, thanks for not punching me. If a man punches you every day and then stops, you would thank him. Okay? So now in reverse. But if a man fed you every single day, came up to you every day for a month and gave you food, and then on day 31 he stopped, you would curse him. If a man punched you every day and stopped, you would thank him. But if a man fed you every day and then suddenly stopped, you would curse him. So take that to the bank. That is your philosophy, ladies and gentlemen.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no justice being served here. So do what you want to do, because I'm not in your hands. I'm in God's hands.
I don't know, nephew. Last time I told you a story, you didn't listen. I mean, I didn't either when I was your age. But still, it's about another boy. Boy named Intellect was nothing like certain. He was smart enough to see it was more than just learning. Better than the rest, he really felt he was deserving. He took the same steps, he was more researching. Joined the subreddit and he started conversing. Millions on the web just needed one to affirm him. Felt like he was working, so he kept on returning. Nothing bad happens, though the story's not disturbing. It's more ironic what he found concerning. Too much risk, too much this. Wait till he finds out about the president. It's not that he was dumb, see, his knowledge was a gift. He never acted on it, of course he was gonna drift. Spoiler alert, I'll tell you how it all twists. Of course it begins, they add people to the mix. This time it wasn't bad, it was just a young kid. Just a week or two showed him everything he did. It was all perfect timing cause the play was coming next. Media was saying the economy is shit. For a second if you looked, you could see it for a bit. Prices all fell forever, but it's quick. One of them saw risk, the other saw a gift. It's like the Bible story, I know I'm repetitive, but one of them was taken and one of them was left. Do you know which one? One of them bought, and one of them didn't. One of them overthought, one of them simply listened. Let me put it this way, nephew. You wanna be smart? Smart doesn't really take risk. If you were truly intelligent, you'd know what could happen, and you'd never make a move. Don't ever betray reason, but it's not only reason. You don't need to be the smartest guy in the room. Just don't be a fool.